Hey there, it's your friend Stormy Warren here, and I want to invite you to my new home, the Big 615, exclusively on TuneIn. It's the official home of country music broadcasting live from Nashville to the world. Get the latest on country music, from your favorite artists to the hottest songs climbing up the charts. Oh, and it's commercial-free. Hear it all on the Stormy Warren Show, weekdays from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. Central. Download the free TuneIn app from the App Store. That's TuneIn. Or ask your device to play the Big 615 on TuneIn.
Are you dealing with a personal injury? Don't go it alone. Turn to the experienced team at Phillips Law Firm. Their attorneys have helped thousands of clients get the compensation they deserve. Call Phillips Law Firm now. Call 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, The Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the Men's Room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the Men's Room.
And away we go. Welcome to Season 18, episode number 3,871. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith, and my cock, Montgomery. Men's Room. On tap today, once again, we play Big Dummy. Ted's Made of Potatoes gives you food poisoning. We will play Profile This, plus headlines, a Men's Room shot of the day, fun with listener emails, and everyone's favorite, TV Time with Ted.
Click, clack,
drink, get the drink. All right, here we go. Delaware man makes the mistake of trying to carjack a car with a cop inside. Meanwhile, when you were in an airplane, this is truly the strangest way that you could have died. Florida man pulls out machete on karaoke night. Man brings a platypus he found on a train to no one's delight. And a fan of the band The Clash helps bust a man making fake vinyl records in the UK. That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, today is the day that we play Big Dummy, the game show that rewards you for your stunning ignorance. And here's how it works. You call us, we will spin the cat. Come on, man, I can only read so fast before it sounds like gibberish.
Try harder.
All right, I'll see what we can do. We will spin the category wheel, and then we will ask you a question from that category. But here's where Big Dummy separates itself from your average, more reputable game show. We will continue to ask you questions until you get one right. Because, as always, we want you to leave here smarter than you showed up. Now, so far this year, our biggest dummy and returning champion is the lovely and talented Danny, who thought the movie 8 Men Out was the original title for Brokeback Mountain and found a way to answer 12 consecutive questions wrong. Can you do better? Of course you can. Everyone else has. So give us a call, and off we go on Big Dummy.
Big contestant to play Big Dummy. Call 206-803-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Men's Room Live, and send those emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com.
What you watch depends on what kind of mood you're in. Sometimes you're craving comedies like Friends or South Park, and sometimes you're more into dramas like HBO's Succession and House of the Dragon. There's also cooking shows like Chopped and Beat Bobby Flay, and even movies like The Lord of the Rings and Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Well, Max is the streaming destination that has the best of entertainment for whatever mood you're in anytime. And plans start at as little as $9.99 a month. Max, the one to watch. Subscription required. Visit max.com.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Overtell's away we go. Welcome to season 18, episode number 3,871. What a large and in charge program we have for you today.
Oh, yeah.
Guaranteed future repeat. Head chef is back, Ted's Meat Potatoes. You're giving us food poisoning today on the program.
Correct. These are the foods most likely to give you food poisoning.
So Ted has prepared all these dishes for us to try to see what happens.
Yeah.
All raw. Nothing was washed.
You never know. You could get a really nice spinach salad.
No.
Then get a chicken sandwich, and you think to yourself, man, something was wrong with that chicken and made me sick.
It's the spinach.
Might not be the chicken. And I feel the same way about that magic mushroom that I ate.
I'm telling you, man, it seems like most of the things that are most likely to cause you some kind of illness. Yes, you can undercook chicken. We know that. But it's always like spinach, alfalfa sprouts.
Right. Yeah.
All that
a lot of
produce
that
world stuff.
A lot of the healthy stuff will give you food.
That's healthy if it doesn't hurt you.
Honestly, there's a lot of stuff on here most people probably eat all the time.
I guarantee it.
Mm-hmm. And it'll make you sick. So that's something to look forward to. Food poisoning, coming up with the head chef and Ted's Meat and Potatoes. And as we do every Monday through Friday, we head over exclusively to the Odyssey app for the Men's Room Happy Hour. Today, episode number 365. We play a little Dirty Big Dummy. Mm-hmm. It's an easy game to play. We'll give you 10 questions. They're worth 1 point apiece. The bonus question is worth 2. And today, we have for you, one is not the name of a punk rock band.
So out of the 4, one of them is not.
Correct. There are 3 bands that actually
there's so many
exist.
bands with horrible names.
Yeah, but one of these names, like 88 Fingers Louie.
Oh, my.
Is that an actual punk rock band or not? Or is that one that I made up? I'm trying to...
Are there any you can really read other than that one?
Leftover Crack.
That's not so bad.
Begging for incest.
Oh,
Leftover Crack is a oxymoron.
Right.
The Foreskins.
I believe that is a band.
Huggy Bear.
That's not so bad.
Let's Go Bowling. Is that a name of a band?
Probably.
Mm-hmm. Sandpaper, Toilet Paper.
I think that might be a band.
Yeah. The Meat S's.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Penis Flytrap.
Penis. Oh, I hope it is.
Gotta be.
Scrotum Grinder. Is that the name of a band? So we're going to play a little Dirty Big Dummy coming up with the Men's Room Happy Hour. If you don't have the Odyssey app, by the way, download it now. It is absolutely free. There are tons of channels on there. Go to the Men's Room page. We've got a lot of stuff up there for you now.
Yes, we do.
Including the Men's Room Happy Hour channel. That only goes live for you at 6 o'clock. Men's Room Radio, our most newest channel that we put on there. I guess most newest.
And it's my favorite so far, man. I've been enjoying it. Actually, we got a text here. It says, been listening to your new music channel since 7:30 this morning. All right. Not bad. I can tolerate the country, but when Rod Stewart's Maggie May started playing, I wanted to murder someone. I hate that effing song. Just wanted to let you know. Otherwise, overall, the fun channel, Chris in Oak Harbor. And then I said, well, who do you think picked the song? Mm-hmm. His response, my gut tells me Miles. I hope it was not Mike.
You need to take a probiotic because it's not me. So whatever your gut is telling you, it's wrong. But yeah, we'll keep on guessing. We're not. If you get it right, we'll let you know.
And once again, so can you guys mention how to get your 100-song playlist again? Again, you go to the Men's Room page on the Odyssey app. It says there's a tab for Men's Room Radio. Click on there. And
it'll just start playing. Yep. We've listened to it for the last 2 days in the office.
I've been enjoying it, man.
Very entertaining.
Yeah, there's some bangers in there. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's fun.
So we'll see you coming up at 6 o'clock exclusively on the Odyssey app for the Men's Room Happy Hour. You get some chance over the weekend or whenever you got some free time to listen to some tunes. Check out Men's Room Radio. It's a pretty fun channel. And we'll try to update that for you. So
yeah, I think that's the goal, man. Just keep the mix going.
Exactly. What else do we have for you today? Oh, yes. We play the game known as Big Dummy. It's an easy game to play. We'll spin the category wheel. You're either playing for Team Sober or not sober. And as you said, Steve, so far, our biggest dummy, the lovely Danny, returning champion.
Yes.
Who took 12 questions to get one right. And a fan of Brokeback Mountain.
Yes, indeed. It's confused her movie titles.
The movie as well. And when we do play Big Dummy, we'd like to do a little men's room poll. The last time we asked you, if you were lost for 2 weeks, what location would you choose to be lost in? So we had the Amazon, the rainforest. We had lost at sea, in the Alaskan wilderness, or the Australian outback.
Right.
And as we put the poll up for you, if you follow us on Twitter, at Men's Room Live every single week, here's how the results shook down. Most of you, 9%, said the one place you would not want to be is lost at sea for 2 weeks. So that was the one that you stayed away from the most. That's the least likely place I want to be. Coming in at number 3. That would be the Amazon.
Really?
At 12%. We mentioned the bugs. We mentioned the rain.
I know.
People who have been lost in the Amazon. One of their biggest complaints is the bugs at night are just relentless.
Well, their biggest complaint was the bugs at night. Their second complaint was about being stalked by large cats.
During the night and during the day. That was problematic, but the bugs were the ones that just annoyed
Think about that. The bugs are worse than a carnivorous cat hunting you down.
Coming in at number 2, if you are lost for 2 weeks, you guys picked the Australian Outback. It's 17%.
That's crazy.
Overwhelmingly.
There's literally, what would you even eat? What do you drink?
Yeah. Overwhelmingly, you guys said, if I'm lost for 2 weeks anywhere, I'm taking the Alaskan wilderness.
Yep.
That came in with 62% of the votes.
Wow.
So that's how that shook down. Now, today on the program, we are going to be involved in a game show.
Ooh.
All right? Now, as you know, it would be very cool to be on a game show. I think the game show that I would like to be on, more than likely, would have to be either Wheel of Fortune or Price is Right. I think Price is Right for me would be number 1, just based on nostalgia growing up. That idea, Ted, as you've always said, like if you're watching Price is Right, somehow you finagled your way out of going to school.
Correct.
So
it's like the highlight of a sick day as a kid.
But,
My daughter told me last night that I should go on Jeopardy or Wheel of Fortune.
Well,
and I said, look, here's the problem with Wheel of Fortune. I can typically figure out the puzzles because there's a limit to what it could possibly be.
Right.
That's just how my brain works. But that does not guarantee that I get a good spin on the wheel, right?
Sure.
I get it bankrupt every time and know what's up there. It doesn't matter. Jeopardy, the way they ask questions, there's always a clue in the question. I'm at about 80% on that show.
Okay. So you do pretty good.
I do.
I would never go on Wheel of Fortune because it's spelling.
Right. Oh, I know. You'd be like, dude, I have no idea.
I have to admit, too, the Price is Right, when I was a kid, not only were you home and you're not going to school, but the models on the Price is Right.
Went a long way.
The cash and prizes.
Barker's Beauties.
They were, as a young child, you're like, wow, that is.
But are you good at guessing? Like, I might be able to do okay in some of the other games, but I don't know if I could get past the initial 4.
Sure.
You know, and they're like, hey, how much does this cost?
Actually, I read a lot. I read a lot about this. They kind of self-analyze these games, and sometimes it's closest bid without going over.
Correct.
Or one of those type of situations.
My wife would nail it to the actual cent.
And at one point, they had a contestant who got an all-inclusive trip, was part of the package, to the Sandals and Ocho Rios in Jamaica. Now, there's a value attached to that prize. They tell you what that value is. Their value on that prize was $10,000.
All right.
For like a week stay, blah, 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 blah. But at that point in time, when they offered that prize, when the person who was doing the research checked online, they found that vacation is going to cost you about $2,800.
Right, but you get taxed on the $10,000, right?
You're going to get taxed on the $10,000. Not only that, but when you make a bid, which you think is the correct price, they were $7,000 off, which affects what you say you think the value of the prize is.
But in reality, they hit the closes.
Well, in reality, they did not get it because they guessed
because they were right.
They guessed that the vacation was around $3,000.
Yeah,
it was. But the game show said it was worth 10. So they get online and they look and they say, look, even if you got a presidential suite in this place. Even if you did all of these different upgrades that you could do, it still would only be about $3,500.
So does that affect how Prices Right now chooses to say things are worth?
And that's it. They value those prizes how they want to value those prizes.
Okay.
So basically, if you win and you're in the continental United States, they give you the most expensive airfare or all these different things. So they jack up the price of everything on there.
Okay, I was wondering about that because I sort of got even watching Jeopardy or Wheel of Fortune last night with the kid, right? Me and my daughter watching it, and one of the contestants won a trip to maybe Grand Cayman Islands or something. So, you know, they do the sale. Welcome to Grand Cayman Islands. You can enjoy the white beaches, blah, 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 blah. Estimated value. It was like $12,000 something.
Sure.
And in my head, I'm like, this must be like a 5-star hotel because, and I'm just noodling it through for me. Like, I think I could book a family of 4 there for less than what they're saying.
I was 10 years old. I was watching Wheel of Fortune. They had a Atari 2600. I wanted one. That was what I wanted for Christmas. That was the only thing I wanted. You could go to the Kmart and you could buy an Atari 2600 back then for $125. I saw it on Wheel of Fortune for $240. And I lost, because they're like, the value of this is $240. And I lost my mind because I thought, if they have increased the price and I do not know it, I am never going to get this thing for Christmas. So I made it a point to tell my mom, who was going to the Kmart, or just to please look at the price to make sure it hasn't jumped up $120. And she told me that it's still $125. I don't know where you got the figure. I'm like, it was on Wheel of Fortune. That's how much they said it's worth.
That's bad parenting. When you try to get out of buying your kid something, I'd be like, man, went up to $240, just like you said.
But the difference is like, okay, so you go on the Odyssey app, we'll tell you what kind of prize you can win if you log in every hour that you listen to the show on the Odyssey app. You get another entry.
Yeah.
So that's why they do that. But you know what you're entering for tickets for. We've had Nickelback tickets, we've had KISS tickets. Obviously, some people don't want to see KISS, some people don't want to see Nickelback. The thing is, more than likely, even if you do log in, you're going to win what you don't want.
Sure.
I mean, that's how it works. Like, I don't really want to see Nickelback, but I'll try to win these things. Boom, you win.
That's when you're going to win.
But you're not going to win the KISS tickets, or vice versa,
Yeah.
whatever the deal is. But game shows the same way. You do not know the prizes that you're going to have a chance to win. You can't pick them. They bring those prizes to you. Then you determine if you want to accept the prize if you win at the end of the game, because from a tax purpose, you can decline major ticket items if you don't feel that that's something that you need or value or want.
Do you remember the original Wheel of Fortune? The way they did it. You'd spin a wheel. Say you, at the end of a round, you run $8,000, right?
Okay.
Now, that's $8,000 cash. It will be taxed. You probably walk with about 62, right? Not bad. It used to be, you won $8,000, and then these curtains would open up, and there were different things you could buy.
Oh, really?
That? So,
okay.
Nice. 8,000. No, it wasn't, though, because there would be one thing you wanted, so the latest HD TV, right?
All right.
So maybe that's $3,000. Well, now you're down to $5,000. All right. There's a set of golf clubs that are really nice. You buy those. The whole thing is you had to spend the money you had until you had less than the value of something up there. So toward the end, people, because you had to buy something, it's like, I'm going to buy the gold-plated habit trail.
I see.
Right. So you got a couple things you wanted up top, but in the end, you ended up with a bunch of plates from the Franklin Mint, the gold-plated habit trail, and a new electric toothbrush. What you really want.
Right.
But if you only made $2,000 in that round, but you're still the winner, well, you can't afford the TV. So the only thing you got was the garbage. That was the old, I don't know what year they changed it, but like I always thought that sucks.
There have been some strange situations, to say the least, as far as prizes are concerned in the world of game shows. Here are a few good examples, all right? So if you're into fitness or whatever, you would think that a treadmill, that would be an all right prize to win, right?
Assuming it's really top brand.
It was a top brand, a treadmill. They say it would be a great thing to win, especially for folks looking to get more active. Maybe can't afford it. Maybe they live in bad weather. Well, they should say that, as the article says, game shows should consider their audience, always, and their contestants. An infamous episode of The Price is Right in 2015 had the show award a woman without the use of her legs who came up in a wheelchair the opportunity to win a treadmill.
Oh. How awkward is that, man?
Drew Carey made it even worse by ribbing the woman and say, boy, sure took you a long enough time to get up here, because they have to come on down.
Yeah.
She's in a wheelchair. Next was this a show called High Rollers, and believe it or not, this was an Alec Trebek show.
Okay.
Back in the day.
What show?
High Rollers.
All right.
They had a couple different runs back in the mid to late 70s. The basic idea was two people rolled giant, oversized pairs of dice, then tried to remove the number they rolled from the game board.
Okay. All right.
The prizes weren't great or practical, which is maybe why the show did not exactly work out. Among the weirder prizes awarded, a $10,000 fishbowl.
Fishbowl?
A $10,000 fishbowl.
Why would anyone want that?
Yeah. And the value of being $10,000, it was a bigger bowl, but it was just like a hand-blown piece of glass, but it was a $10,000 fishbowl.
Was it like a Choholi?
It had to be something that was that big of a deal.
If it costs that much, you know what I'm not putting in there? Fish.
Right, yeah. Then we have this story. They say drifting into territory that might make contestants worried about the legalities. The classic U.S. game show Let's Make a Deal routinely gave away live goats as prizes. Actually, they were zonks, which were basically whammies from Press Your Luck. The gonzo energy of the show. Everyone in the audience dressed up like some kind of costume. You've seen it. Monty Hall basically led a carnival-like atmosphere, certainly contributing to the weirdness of the show. That is still on today. If I'm not mistaken, there's a brand new Let's Make a Deal.
I know it was around for a while. I think Wayne Brady hosted it. I don't know if it's still on.
It is. I was going to say, I think it is. It's another one of those shows I believe comes on like in the middle of the day.
Ah, okay.
Yep.
So nothing we
like,
would know.
what's that? Like 10. Yeah, so like you either got to be, again, you got to be home from work or home from school, like, or you don't work. You know what I mean? Like you're a housewife. There's some reason you would know that show.
Sure.
And finally,
I'm with you. Like one day I just turned it on. I was like, oh crap, the show's still on.
And finally, they say if the live goat was just weird, then this definitely morally and legally is somewhat concerning. Back in 2013, a Pakistani game show set the new bar for what the hell by giving away abandoned babies on live TV to unsuspecting contestants.
Wait a minute. I don't know that I'm going to win a baby.
Players might think they're getting some money, a new car, a box of harmonicas.
Nope. Oh, my God.
They got a newborn baby, no strings. Good luck.
What do you mean no strings?
The show,
You just gave me a
Aman
kid.
Ramazan, ran for several hours at a time during Ramadan. So that was a lot of babies.
That is, that's something.
Yeah. So we've narrowed it down to a game room type of man cave scenario as far as your possible prizes that you could take home.
You put it in a she-shack.
Yeah. You put it in your she-shack.
Yeah, you could.
Man cave, she-shack, no babies involved.
Women play sports too, Miles.
Come on, man. I know that.
They trash talk.
I think this is more about not really your sex, but the ability to bring this item home and be able to practically use it. Some people do not have room in their place to put a full-size pool table. Other people do if they have a basement or whatever the deal is. Just depends on where you live. If you live in an apartment, that's not going to be a practical thing. You can still take the prize, though. So you're going to win one on a game show. The first item is a pinball machine of your choosing.
Okay. All right.
So if you like pinball, you play the game. There's a number of games out there where I get really excited to see because I do better at them than others. So there's like 2 or 3 that I'm pretty good at. Others I tank out but still play because they get cool effects. Jesus, dude.
That's exactly what you think.
It's been all day with you.
Dude, all freaking day. All day.
All right. What did you eat?
Just had a mocha from someplace that wasn't Starbucks this morning. My wife drops kids off. She goes, hey, man, do you want a coffee? I'm like, sure, grab me a mocha. Normally, she stops out of Starbucks. Today, she comes in, says the line to Starbucks is really, really long. I'm in the office, like, doing the work thing. So she hands me this cup. It was delicious. I cannot remember the name of this place she went today. Man, oh, man.
Frothy.
Yeah.
Frothies. So the first thing you can win is a pinball machine.
You know what else they sell at Frothies? Rabbit dogs.
Yeah. We got rabbit dogs. We got coffee.
I'll take the dog.
If you're lucky, we give you a baby.
Yeah, there's a guy on PCP in the back. He'll come out. Mouth will be frothy.
Your second item that you can win on this fantastic game show, that would be a pool table.
All right.
So you can either take a pinball machine. Now we have a pool table. Number 3, your favorite stand-up arcade game.
Is it just the solo game?
Just one solo game.
All right.
Now, I know they have the boxes where you
Right.
play all the things, but there's something about just seeing an original Miss Pac-Man or a Donkey Kong.
What was your favorite solo game back in the day? We're teenagers going to the arcade. Like, what is the one you had?
Right now, when I go to the arcade, I still play Miss Pac-Man.
Really?
But there are no Donkey Kongs available.
Okay.
I also liked a game called Zaxxon, which I thought was pretty
I remember
cool.
Zaxxon.
A little bit of a 3D thing, kind of in a weird way.
Sort of.
Yeah, just
our version
not
of
really,
3D.
but yeah, as remedial as it could possibly be.
Man, that's a tough question. I haven't played an arcade game forever.
I love those USA-Russia hockey bubble games.
Yeah,
I actually played it. Trying to think what else. For a while, I played Dig Dug. I played Joust.
I can't remember the name of the game that I liked, but me and my buddy played
Galaga
it.
was fun, I guess.
All right, Galaga, that's probably the last
That's
one
not
I
bad.
played.
Right.
All right.
But you get an arcade game.
What about Golden Tee, man?
Golden Tee is not bad. I don't mind. To
Or
be honest
Buck
with you,
Hunter?
I'd rather play Big Buck Hunter.
Okay, there you go.
I do like golf, but I'd rather play golf and spin that ball.
Actually, I didn't think about Golden Tee as an arcade game. That might change my answer.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's a little quieter.
Now, finally, you have my favorite game, but the problem is you need somebody else, and that is air hockey. Which, to me, if you are out someplace and you got a buddy that wants to play air hockey, you get on that table, man. I have more fun on the air hockey table than probably any other game I'm playing.
I played it fairly recently. Took the kids to, what's it called? GameWorks.
Yeah. You just forget how fast
the air
it was.
hockey I definitely forgot how fast it was, but man, I killed my son. He beat me in Papa Shot. I won't lie, but I crushed him in air
Ooh,
hockey.
Papa Shot.
I dominate air hockey.
Do you?
Almost went pro.
I want to play your ass one time. I'll play.
Sure.
I know. I can see the cockiness in your face. I get it.
This is full confidence. But yeah, I got a couple L's.
I'll crush you in skee ball.
So you're going to win one on a game show. Are you going to take the pinball machine, the pool table, the arcade game, or air hockey? That is your Men's Room poll. We've got it up now for you if you follow us on Twitter at Men's Room Live.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Well, here we go. Game is Big Dummy 206-803 Rock, who is our first contestant, ready to play the big game.
Hello, Tom. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola.
Hola. Tom, sober, not sober?
I am sober and I will take the pool table.
All right, Tom. Pool table is for you.
Would you want any special colored felt? You a traditional green guy? What?
Just the usual. I think normally orange is traditional, maybe.
No. Now, are you any good at pool?
Average. Not great.
See, I do like different colored felt, but I feel like for some reason, I need the green.
It becomes like Boise State Field.
That's
right?
exactly what I was
Somehow
thinking.
it's distracting.
It really is.
I grew up with a buddy in high school, and they had one in their basement, and it was gray. It looked sharp.
It looks good.
Yeah,
It's just harder to play on for me
I don't know why.
psychologically. It should have no
What
bearing
about a
on
red
it.
one? I feel like if it wasn't green, it was red.
And red, I can deal with. But any other color, I'm just like, I don't know. It looks cool, just seems weird.
You know how pool tables got their name? You know how pool got its name?
I do not.
So you have snooker, right?
Correct.
That's like the original English version. So then people would go to these to the horse races and stuff and bet, right? I don't know if it was off track or not, but they had snooker. Then they started this other game on a smaller table, but they put their bets together and almost pool them together.
Really? So that's how I got the name.
Okay.
Yep.
Damn. Even if you're making that up, that sounds so good. I'm going to go
No,
with it.
been watching Pawn Stars again.
The more you know.
All right, Tom, here is your question. The song Over There, Over There, Over There was written as a rally cry during what war?
World War I.
Damn.
Yep. All right. One
and wait, we got a 50-50 question for you there, Brainiac.
Yanks are coming.
Let's see here. True or false? Mike and Ike of the Candy fame are not real people.
I would say false. I think they're real people.
Nope. They were not real people. They were not real people. They just happen to rhyme. So, yeah, Mike and Ike.
You ever had the sour Mike and Ike's?
I have not.
Oh, hard to find. Great candy.
I'm not a big, fruit-flavored candy guy.
Yeah, I ask you every time, and you always respond with that.
Yeah, I mean, look, me and my daughter love chocolate. My son and his mom, they love all the fruit
I'm right there with
stuff.
you. Same exact thing with me.
I will say this. A lot of people know Welch's fruit snacks.
Yes.
Give Mott's a try.
Mott's?
Yeah,
Is that like a healthier version or something like that?
No, I think they're just better.
Okay. I will ask my kid about it because I'm not eating.
There you go.
Hello, John. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. John, are you alive? Are you sober or not sober?
I'm sober.
All right, John. Welcome to Big Dummy. John, what are you taking there? You're going to win one on a game show. Pinball machine, pool table, arcade game, or air hockey?
Air hockey.
All right, air hockey it is. Good call, man.
All right, there, John. Here is your question. The word quarantine indicates how many days of isolation? It's actually a specific amount of time.
90?
10?
It's in the first three letters. Q-U-A-R, so 40. As in quarter or a quart, which is the fourth of a gallon.
Gotcha.
Didn't know that.
I had no idea either. Stumbled on that. I'm like, well, I'll be damned. All right, John, your question. Who used to host Travel Channel's culinary adventure show, No Reservations?
Oh, boy. I don't have a clue. No guess.
He is a chef.
Well, he was.
Guess any TV chef.
Boy, I can't even think of one.
Rachel Ray, he says. No, not Rachel Ray. Anthony Bourdain.
Yep.
Have you read
Wouldn't have got that.
Kitchen Confidential?
That was his book, right?
Yeah.
I have not read it, but I've heard really good things about it.
Yeah, everybody I know that's ever worked in restaurants like, oh, it's awesome.
Have you read it?
I have not.
Okay, well, you've heard what I've
Now
heard,
you've
but
got
neither
your
of us have read it.
45-minute new book to read.
When I'm done Geronimo, I'll start that one.
Yep. All right, your question. Leatherface is associated with what horror movie? Leatherface.
I have no idea. I was thinking something down Texas.
You are so close. You're so close.
Come on, Texas.
Texas is the first word of this three-word title.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
There you go, John.
There you
There
go. Very
it
good.
is. Leatherface.
Is that guy okay?
It sounded like, now he said he was sober, but the way he sounded, just his voice alone, it's like he was having sex while talking to us.
Yeah.
You're a little out of breath, but doing what I can. Answer your question. But maybe he was having sex. Hello, Brian. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, dinosaurs.
Hola.
Ryan, are you sober or not sober?
I'm not sober.
You are not sober. All right, Brian.
Correct.
Win one on a game show. Pinball machine, pool table, arcade game, or air hockey?
Arcade game.
Arcade game? What game would you like to have?
Street Fighter.
Street Fighter. All right.
All right.
I loved playing that game, and it's amazing that I loved it because I really sucked.
I played it a couple times. I'm not good at it.
It enjoyed a lot of my quarters, but I was determined to win, but I never did. All right. Your question, let's go old school. Telly Savalas played what TV detective from 1973 to 1978?
Sounds like Kojak.
Hey, one and done.
That's how long that show was on?
Yeah, 5 years, man. I mean,
I must have, because I remember watching with my mom. I guess we were just watching reruns.
Maybe. Yeah, you were born in 80.
What was his? Did he had one more show, like a Vegas type show or
Telly
something?
Savalas did?
After that, or maybe he was just on the cartoon or the commercials to.
He did a lot of commercials. I know that
for Las Vegas.
Hey, there, Brian. True or false question for you, since you were one and done.
Right.
Haribo's green gummy bears are strawberry flavored. True or false?
I'd say false.
Believe it or not, it's true. I do not know why they picked the color green for their strawberry
Those are
flavor.
the ones where you buy them sugar free and they completely mess up your stomach.
Yeah, those are the ones that give people diarrhea. Was that Swedish Fish or Haribo gummy?
I thought it was Haribo.
Well, they're all
sugar free.
To my mind, they're the best gummy bears out there. But I don't know if it was that brand.
I think it was.
I remember those one, right? The sugar-free specifically. Whatever they put in there in place of sugar, man, people were like pooping their pants.
Some site has a review page of all the things that have happened to people who've eaten those things. I can't remember if it was Amazon or Walmart or whatever the deal is. Might have just been Google. But it was these things apparently just rip right through you.
But it was universal.
Oh, yeah.
Like everyone, no, they're delicious.
They sell them down there in the market.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We should try that.
No.
We should, at the beginning of the show,
and see how long it takes for it.
We should all take like 5 or 6 of those things.
And just see what happens.
And see who the first person is that has to go to the bathroom.
And it's sugar-free specifically, right?
It is.
Correct.
It's got to be
Okay.
sugar-free.
All right.
That's what I remember.
Yeah, we'll do that.
That's a German company.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we make you poop your pants. Yeah, little joke we play on world.
Well, it's like when Mr. Hershey and like chocolate's taken off in the States. For some reason, like gummies were like a European thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, you can have them, dude.
Don't say that. I love gummy. I like
I
fruit-flavored
know you
gummies.
love the gummies.
Sour Patch Kid to me is probably the ultimate candy.
I don't know that it's the ultimate candy, but I will agree that it's the ultimate gummy. For me,
All right.
if I need a gummy, I'd go Sour Patch Kid first. Because I like eating children. Hello, Riley. Welcome to the men's room. Hello, Riley.
Riley.
No, Riley.
Hey, there we are. Hola.
Hola.
Riley, are you sober or not sober?
Sober today.
All right. Welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, Riley, you get to win one on a game show. You taking the pinball machine, the pool table, the arcade game, or the air hockey table?
Oh, I'm going the arcade. I'm doing the old school, the Area 51 game.
Area 51.
I don't remember that game.
Good
What was
call.
that?
That was a
Is it
fun
fun?
game.
So what was the point of it? Like, what am I looking at if I'm playing this game?
Like firing at UFOs and stuff?
You get to like it's one of the games where you get like the pistols that are on the attachment or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you like on a ride or whatever. Essentially, the aliens pop out and you shoot them. It was always super fun. It was always at every arcade I ever went to.
You know, man,
And,
there is something fun about those games that have the guns attached.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, just shoot what's on screen. Mm-hmm. I kind of sucked at those, too. But again, enjoyed playing them.
Wasn't there one, too, where like it had a steering wheel? Was it like California Driving or California Dreams?
There was something like that. So one of the original home video game consoles, the old ColecoVision, it was a big triangular shaped thing. One side basically it's had a paddle and a button, kind of like old Atari. Right. One side had the steering wheel and one side had a gun. So you could pick which one of these 3 games you wanted to play. And my brother and I'd always do the cowboy shoot 'em up game. Both of us terrible shots.
I know it was Knight Rider on Atari.
Did they have Knight Rider? Damn. Okay. All right there, Riley. Here is your question. What month in 1912 saw the Titanic sink?
I don't know. Let's say January.
You are thinking iceberg, so that kind of makes sense.
May?
Nope. This month, ladies and gentlemen, April. All right, on the TV show The Simpsons, the character Jeffrey Albertson is better known by what nickname?
Albertson. I don't know. I'm going to say Sideshow Bob.
Oh, not a bad guess.
No, it's not.
Chief Wiggum.
Nope. His first name, I found out today, is Clancy. Clancy Wiggum.
Say the name again.
So I don't think they ever use it in the show. Jeffrey Albertson. He's a recurring character, not necessarily a major character.
It's not Mo.
Nope. Come on, Mike.
Krusty the Clown?
No.
Is it the Scottish landscaper dude?
Comic book guy. All right. Your question. Multiple choice. Postage stamp, American currency, X-rated movie, or colored TV. Lucy Holcomb Pickens was the first woman to appear on what? The postage stamp, American currency, X-rated movie, or colored TV show.
What was your name?
Lucy Holcomb Pickens.
Oh, jeez. Sorry, name. Let's go X-rated movie.
See, that's what I was hoping myself.
Postage stamp?
Nope. American currency, believe it or not, okay? So she was on the $100 bill of the Confederate States of America.
Oh.
She was the first lady of South Carolina, had a lot to do with the Confederacy, so they honored her and put her as... They did the $100 bill, then she got demoted to the $1 bill. Go figure. All right, your question. Which of the 7 wonders of the ancient world would you find in Wiltshire, England?
Oh, God. Is that the Stonehenge?
Yeah.
One of them?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Nice word.
For some reason, I thought that was in Scotland.
I knew it was in England, but it wasn't.
Wiltshire
is
the
not
Druids did dance.
You would think you would have heard of Wiltshire just based on Stonehenge. I realized, I do not know where it is in England.
Some big rocks.
It's a big
It's
rock.
like when he finally busts out of the cocoon.
Hello, Kyle. Welcome to the men's room.
Liquor and whore.
Liquor and whores. Kyle, you sober or not sober?
I'm sober.
Sober Kyle, welcome to Big Dummy. Our men's room poll. You're going to win one on a game show. Are you taking the pinball machine, pool table, arcade game, or air hockey?
I gotta go arcade game.
And what arcade game are you going with?
Libius?
Libius?
What in the hell is that?
Oh, man, there's a whole rabbit hole that you can go on. It's like, let's see, Galactica or something like that. It's
So like Galaga kind of thing?
Yeah, that's one.
Okay. All right. That makes a little more sense. By the way, regarding, we're talking about those sugar-free Herbo gummy bears. Someone here says if you eat too many of the regular gummy bears, you get constipated. They also add sugar-free Lifesavers. Apparently do the same thing, but it says it's on the bag. Like, hey, you can eat these, but you might poop yourself. And then our boy Defenba says, hey, the new diaper challenge with the sugar-free gummies. Defenba, we got in trouble for doing the diaper challenge. See, we had asked our boss about a month in advance, hey, we got this idea. He said, absolutely not, right? And then he wasn't here the day we decided to do it, but then he showed up at the station, kind of called me out and said, I was listening to your show in the car, and you guys keep saying keep in mind, I'm in a diaper as he's talking to me about this. And I said, yes, that is what happened. We did that. He goes, I thought I told you no. I said, you did, but that's why we waited for you to not be here.
All you have to do is
What
leave.
is the mystery? Yes.
I can hear you.
So we would love to do that, but no, probably not a good idea.
Especially not with that stuff. You can't, it's one thing to drop a little turd in your pants. It's another thing to just absolutely blow it out. So,
right. Because we were doing that to see if we could.
Right. Yeah.
If we do it with these,
push one little
you're
one
going
out.
to. Mm-hmm. All right there, Kyle. Here is your question. Multiple choice. Eric Carmen's hit. Eric Carmen, not Eric Cartman. So an actual singer.
Thank you.
Yes, I want to clarify that. Eric Carmen's hit, the song Hungry Eyes, has been used in a popular TV ad campaign for what snack food? Cheetos, Fritos, Lay's, or M&M's?
Let's go M&M's.
Damn.
One and done.
All right. And done. Wait, before you go. Let's see. Yeah. All right, here's your question. We're talking about video games, right? Is video game one or two words?
2 words.
One word.
One word.
Video
we were
game.
wrong, Mike. Cruisin' USA. That's the arcade game I was thinking.
Okay. And what do you do in Cruisin' USA?
It's a stand-up game, but there's like there's a steering wheel, and like a stick shift, and like you're just driving a car around.
Do you do anything? You're just avoiding obstacles?
You gotta. It's like a race with other cars. So you gotta avoid them and stuff. I mainly remember it because like we would go to a place called Jerry's Subs and Pizza. Mm-hmm. The one by our house had that game and then Excite Bike.
I remember Excite Bike.
I
remember that one.
And it sounds so old, but like I don't know. Like you didn't call ahead. We would just go in order,
right?
And then you'd have to kill like 20 minutes. So like, here, go play the games.
Mm-hmm. That's why you like going there.
Oh, 100%.
Hello, Joanne. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Joanne, are you sober or not sober?
Sober.
Sober, Joanne. Welcome to the program in Big Dummy. All right, our men's room poll. You're going to win one at a game show. We taking the pinball machine, the pool table, the arcade game, or air hockey?
Definitely gonna go pinball.
A little pinball.
Okay, I'm right there with you.
All right there, Pinball Wizard. Here is your question. The March of Dimes was originally founded to help find a vaccine for what?
I'm going to go with AIDS.
AIDS. Polio? It was, in fact, polio. AIDS. I think the March of Quarters was the one for... Jesus. You know, but the bright side of AIDS, it made every other venereal disease okay.
Well, when they started that, I would assume that has to do with if you could just give a dime.
You think that's what it was? I truly do not know why it's called the March of Dime. You know what I think it was? They paraded like some California 10s down the street.
Help us fight polio. It's the March of Dimes.
Oh, yeah. Originally called the Smoke Show.
Dime piece.
Yeah. All right, here's your question, multiple choice. What dog breed has the most Best in Show wins at the Westminster Dog Show? Is it the French Bulldog, the Afghan Hound, the Poodle, or the Wire Fox Terrier? So again, the French Bulldog, the Afghan Hound, the Poodle, or the Wire Fox Terrier, which breed has the most Best in Show wins at the Westminster Dog Show?
I watch these all the time, too. I want to say it's Poodle.
Do you seriously watch the Westminster Dog Show?
I do.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, every year. All right, I'll watch every different division.
If you said, all right, look, you don't have to watch the whole thing, but the one event that you must watch would be
Best in Show.
Well, sure. But that's like, best picture.
You mean like what type of breed?
So, I mean, do they do anything, or is it just looks?
They do hounds. They have all these different categories. Everyone has an individual winner in their category. And then for the finale, they put all those dogs and pit them against each other.
So they're not like chasing balls or anything? Nothing.
No.
Okay. This isn't the fun agility stuff.
Okay,
this is just showing dogs.
Any guesses from you guys? Again, we have the French Bulldog.
I'll say French Bulldog.
Nope. It would be the Wire Fox Terrier.
Of course it is.
Wire Fox Terrier.
All right. Joanne, hang on the line for us, man. We got to do a break, but we're going to come right back to you.
More Big Dummy coming up. If you'd like to be a contestant, 206-803-ROCK.
Hey, y'all, it's Garth. I love the country music family. I love the country music family of artists and the country music family of songs. Some of the greatest artists to ever grace music are under the flag of country music. And some of the greatest songs in music history are under the flag of country music. The Big 615, you're going to hear the newest that country music has to offer. At the same time, you're going to hear the newest that the country classics have to offer. I want to hear the new single from George Strait, and I want to hear it right beside the new single from Luke Combs. And I think the country music family is one of those families that is very inclusive and wants both the established artists and the new artists to be side by side in this thing we call country music.
Download the TuneIn app from the App Store. That's TuneIn. And by the way, yes, it's free. You can also ask your device to play the Big 615 on TuneIn.
Have you or a loved one been injured in an accident? Are you struggling to recover fair compensation? Look no further. At Phillips Law Firm, the experienced personal injury attorneys will fight for your rights and get you the justice and compensation you deserve. They handle a wide range of cases, including car accidents, slip and falls, medical malpractice, and workplace injuries. Justice is a phone call away, so don't wait. Call today for a free case review. Call 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Hey, it's Mike Hawk. Join me every Thursday at 1 p.m. exclusively on the Odyssey app as we go live with Odyssey. Join in on the action as we cover interesting facts, top 10 lists, and some fun new games. Follow the Men's Room page on the Odyssey app and join in all the fun Thursday afternoons at 1.
99.9 KISW. We return to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Seattle Rock Day all day tomorrow. We highlight the very best sounds from the Pacific Northwest and Seattle for our, I believe it's our 7th or 8th annual.
Wow, is it that many now?
KISW Rock Day. And don't forget, Seattle Rock Night.
Yeah.
Taking place in Madame Lou's. Special guest star Aaron Jones stopping by.
Which is very cool, man.
New originals will play. Glenn Cannon's band, Wyatt Oley, and those guys are on
stage. This is how the new originals cobbled together the band, right? There's me, there's Miggs, there's Castle, we got our boy Kyle. Well, Aaron Jones, he's also going to play with us. Glenn, who has his own band, hey, thanks for working double duty. He's also going to play with us, yeah.
And all of this benefits our friends at Smash, who dedicate their time facilitating support for musicians in need. You can donate now to Smash at KISW.com. And by the way, tickets for Seattle Rock Night on sale as well at KISW.com. All right, the game is a Big Dummy. Joanne dropped off the line, so it's time to get a brand new contestant.
And we have one. His name is Conrad. Hello, Conrad. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola. Conrad, are you sober or not sober?
Sober.
Conrad, welcome to Big Dummy. On our men's room poll, you win one on a game show. Are you taking the pinball machine, the pool table, the arcade game, or air hockey?
Going pool table.
Pool table, my man. Good call. Once again, are you any good at pool?
Okay. Good for entertaining, though.
You would get better.
You would, but again, I truly believe this. Being okay at any kind of like bar game is perfect. Yeah. But bowling, pool, darts, because people that are really, really good at these things, they get pissed real quick.
You know what I'm pretty well money at?
What's that?
Is the hoop on a string that you try to throw on the hook on the wall.
Really?
It takes me a little bit of time. Eventually, I'll nail that. Yep.
All right.
Then I'll get to a point where I can hit like 2 or 3 in a row. Then I'll miss the next 10, 15. Then I'll get on another roll.
Next 10 or 15.
You can't just walk up and hit it.
No. There's no freaking way.
No. I'm the ring game is the most frustrating bar game.
Because
you're so close, but so far away.
You're close every time.
You can ding it a lot.
Ever doing it. That's it.
Yep, I'm going to play some this weekend.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Right. My buddy has it set up in his out in his shop.
Oh, right on.
Oh man, you kill endless time with it.
I'd be out there for like 4 hours and not realize how long I've been there.
Yeah, I think we have Jesus, man, you can't throw it like that. We have a scoreboard that's been up, I want to say, for like almost 2 years now.
You just keep a rolling score?
Yep.
That's the way to do it, right?
And somebody has to see you get a ringer to mark it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Because basically what you're saying, we don't trust each other. We both know we'd lie about this. All right there, Conrad. Here is your question. Let's go to the wonderful world of Disney. Disney's The Princess and the Frog is set in what U.S. city?
New Orleans.
Damn.
One and done.
All right, wait a minute. Let's see what we got here. All right, we asked about Mike and Ike earlier. Are they real people? Turns out they are not. How about Betty Crocker? Betty Crocker was not a real person. True or false?
Not a true person. That is true. She's fake.
Okay. Nice job, man.
I want to say they invented her. I can't remember what company it was, but when home baking really started exploding, this particular company was providing the ingredients you needed to do it. Their business line would blow up all the time. People just asking advice, suggestions. So they invented this person, Betty Crocker, which made it seem like, hey, here's the wizard behind it. That's exactly it.
Big Dummy!
Hello, Justin. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola. Justin, sober, not sober?
Sober today.
Sober today. Good for you. Taking a day off. Justin, win one on a game show. You taking the pinball machine, the pool table, the arcade game, or air hockey?
I'm going to take the Turtles in Time arcade cabinet.
What was the name of it?
Turtles in Time. Ninja Turtles.
Ah, okay. Turtles in Time.
Never heard of that one.
I thought it was a recipe. Mm-hmm. All right. Here is your question. What's the name of the pig in the book Charlotte's Web?
Babe?
That would have been my guess as well.
What is the name of the Oscar?
Oscar. No, not Oscar. Oh, no, Oscar was the original, but he got fired. Yes, Wilbur.
Wilbur.
Oscar the pig sounds like a fancy pig.
You think so?
Yeah, he wears like one of them bow ties.
To me, Oscar the pig just sounds like a real a-hole. You know, Charlotte's like, Oscar, I don't like spiders.
And I'm going that pen. That's Oscar's. He's in there working on his morning Chardonnay.
Morning Chardonnay, yes. There's no ham
beef.
Right. No ham products. All right, Justin, your question. How many horns does the average black rhino have? One big one.
You're going to find out tonight.
Oh, man. I think it's 2.
You think
two? All right.
Why do they call the black rhino the black rhino, right? Because when I was a kid and saw a picture,
are they
I'm
black?
like, no. It's gray like the non-black rhino. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, I know why they can't swim.
Damn. Drown at the watering hole. We're like, oh no. We got a name for that. And they get followed around by all the other animals. Hello, Tanner. Welcome to the
So VD, Black Rhino.
Yeah. You're right.
Guys, what's up?
Hola.
And it's weird, they're not black.
That's what I'm saying. So why did they get the name? I'm starting to get insulted. Like, if it were black, I'd be like, I get it. Like, what does this mean? All the other animals, hey, man, don't steal my kill. Like, come on, man.
Are you sober or not sober?
Sober, sir.
Sober.
Wait, like, are you saying
They're the only ones to get shot in the wild.
Yeah, like when I hung out with Black Ted, it's because I was white Ted. Black Ted was black.
But see, if Black Ted were a white dude, I'd be like, why do you call him Black Ted? Because that Black Rhino looks like a gray Ted.
Calling a white guy Black Ted and then asking other white guys why you call him that sounds like a giant setup.
Yes, it is. All right, you get to win one on a game show. You're taking the pinball machine, the pool table, the arcade game, or air hockey.
I'll go with the pool table.
Pool table.
It was Blackjack Ted. We just cut it short.
There you go. Yeah, we just left the jack on. Well, here's the thing. What if you play cards in Vegas all the time? Your name's Jack. You're a white dude. It's like, Black Jack. See, people get all upset. You're like, no, dude, it's a gambling thing.
There's Jack Black.
Yeah. Jack Black and Jack White. It's like the Black Rhino. What's the difference? All right.
I don't know. They both play music.
All right, your question. Robin Fenty. Robin Fenty is the birth name of what one-named singer? Rihanna, Madonna, Cher, or Pink?
What was the name again?
Robin Fenty.
It's pretty easy.
Would you say Pink?
Pink.
No, it's Rihanna.
It is, in fact,
That's
Rihanna.
the name of her brand. Fenty.
Oh, God, that's right. Yeah.
That's how I know it.
Madonna's real name, Louise Ciccone. Cher's real name is Sherilyn Sarkeesian. And Pink was born Alicia Beth Moore. Look like a real moose.
Sarkeesian?
Yeah, Sherilyn Sarkeesian.
Like the old Washington coach?
Correct.
All right.
Yeah. That's the only reason I knew how to pronounce her last name when I saw it. Seriously, I was like, Sarkeesian. I got it. All right, Tanner, your question. What animal that lives in the ocean has the biggest eyes?
Biggest animal that lives in the ocean. Octopus?
I'll say the blue whale.
Nope. They got little beady eyes for the size of their body, man. So this has the biggest eye of any animal on the face of the planet.
All bigger than anything. It's in the water.
Oh, is it a not a jellyfish?
Close.
Sunfish?
No. Come on, Ted. It's got tentacles.
Stingray? Oh, no, it's
Squid.
got octopus.
The giant squid. It's
giant squid.
Yes.
Squid.
You were close, man. All right. Jennifer Lopez's dress at the 2000 Grammys inspired what Google feature?
Oh, man. I don't even know anything about Jennifer Lopez at the Grammys dress.
So just think about that. Why would anyone care about Jennifer Lopez's freaking dress at the 2000 Grammys? But Google said, if that many people care about it, we should create this particular service.
Hi, Katie Pie. Look at those eyes. He's just coming faster.
Thank you. I don't know. It's auto search.
Is it Google Images?
Google Images.
Yeah.
Think about that.
That makes a lot of sense.
So the word got around. She was wearing.
I'm on the phone. Sorry.
By the way, real quick, the black rhino, they're called black rhinos because of how they look after they wallow in mud. Okay. Thank you for clearing that up. All right, your question. In the movie Hangover, what name did Alan use to refer to his circle of friends?
The wolf pack.
Yeah.
Too easy. Very good. Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Brock. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola. Rocky on Team Sober or Team Not Sober?
I am sober.
Welcome to Big Dummy. All right, Brock, you're going to win one on a game show. You're taking the pinball machine, the pool table, the arcade game, or air hockey?
I'm going to have to go with the pool table.
Pool table. Pool table strong today. Do you have actual room in your place for a pool table?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Well, see, I had two.
I'll figure something out.
I had two thoughts on the pool table and air hockey. Both have attachments where you can put a ping pong table.
Yeah,
on
put it
top.
right on top. Sure.
So actually, you get two games out of one.
You do. Actually, when I was living at a house in Baltimore, the people that live next door to us, in their dining room where you would have a dining room table, that was their pool table.
All right.
Yeah. They also had a Velvet Elvis.
Good idea.
And the cops showed up there a lot.
Sounds like a fun house.
It was not exactly. It was a little bit of violence going on over there.
Oh, okay. My bad. I thought it was just a noise complaint.
No, well, sort of. It's more like, so it was a duplex, right, on the other side of the wall. Usually they had the front door open, shooting pool, smoking cigarettes, drinking beer. So you could have fun with them, but after like 7 p.m., things always went downhill. Every day.
No kidding.
Oh, yeah. It's great for people watching. Here come the cops again. All right. Here's your question. What famous statue was discovered in 1820 on the Greek island of Milos?
Oh,
I'll give you a hint.
Is that that dude with the arm under his chin?
The thinking man? It was,
do you know how small that is, by the way?
I've heard it's teeny tiny.
Oh, my God. I saw that in a museum. I'm like, that's it?
I like that you call him the dude with the arm under his chin.
I'll say the Statue of David.
No, Greek island of Milos. So it's Greek.
Honestly, I don't even have a guess. I'm just going to throw out Statue of Liberty because I don't know any
Statue of
other
Liberty.
statues at the moment.
All right, Ted, I'll give you a hint. It is a female who is both topless and armless.
I would know it.
Medusa?
I'm not sure. I have no idea.
Yeah, you got it wrong twice, dude.
Venus de Milo.
All right.
Venus de Milo.
Oh, he's just keep guessing. Like, no. You already got it wrong. Like, I can't think of it. Yeah, we know.
All right, Brock. Your question, pop literal. Pop literal describes the back of what body part?
Can you repeat what the name of it is?
Popliteal. Popliteal describes the back of what body part?
Popliteal. The back of what body part? Let's go with the back of the head.
I'll say the knee.
The knee, yes.
Man, it really is true. Every time I listen to this on the radio, I'm so good. I get on here. I don't know a dang thing.
I think it's true of most people, though. You know, my daughter, again, saying, you should go on Jeopardy. And it's like, baby, I promise you, if I go on there, because the pressure's different. You know, when you buzz in and someone's waiting for you to say something, it gets bad. Plus, when I play at home, I don't take money away from myself.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
You would make that risk.
That's a good call there.
All right. Your question, what was the name of the hotel where President Richard Nixon was accused of spying on his political rivals?
They turned it into a Howard Johnson's hotel.
Turned it into a Howard Johnson.
But the name of the building remains the same.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. Hey, it's condos now.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's lovely. It's right down on the river.
It is a very nice building.
It's super cool, but I just read an article, like, the condos are super expensive because of the name of this famous building with Richard Nixon.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so old that, like, people are like, oh, it's
not worth it.
It's not worth it.
And again, the name of the hotel.
Man, I feel like you just gave me a bunch of hints, and I still feel
really
dumb.
did.
Yeah.
Do you remember the name of the scandal?
Man, I have no idea. Let's go with a Holiday Inn.
There you go. The Watergate. The Watergate Hotel. That's why it's called the Watergate Scandal.
Okay, I knew about the Watergate scandal. I didn't know the name of the hotel. No idea.
That's actually why they called it that. So think, if this had happened at Howard Johnson's, it would have been the Howard Johnson scandal.
The Motel 6 debacle.
It's also why Ted and I get frustrated that every scandal they just call it a
about
gate.
to go with the Motel 6.
I know, it's so stupid. If there's controversy now, you add gate.
Right, the Flake Gate and stuff. It's like, right, that was at the Watergate Hotel.
Right,
Watergate Hotel.
Right. All right, question number 4, Brock.
Question number 4, what is the only number retired in baseball?
Dude, I just saw they're about to retire, number 25 for Andrew Jones, right?
Andrew Jones, just for the Braves.
This number is retired for every team
across the league
in baseball.
Except for one day.
I'm guessing it's going to have to be Babe Ruth's number, maybe. I have no idea.
It is not Babe Ruth.
I suck.
42?
No.
42.
Yep.
Also the answer to life, the universe, and everything.
It's also bad luck to wear number 3 for Babe Ruth. It's not retired. It's just you don't wear that number unless you're Mike Zunino.
Well, if your last name is Zanino, you've already lost.
42 for Jackie Robinson. Right. It's like playing in a hockey league and wearing 99. You're not Gretzky.
Don't do it.
Or 66.
Isn't 99 retired as well?
I thought it was. Or is it not?
I think that's...
Well, no, because Aaron Judge is 99.
Now we're talking about hockey
now.
I think
I thought we were still on baseball. Never mind.
I think it's Gretzky and Robinson are the only two numbers that are
What about Jordan? Did they retire 23 or no?
No.
They didn't?
LeBron wears 23.
Never mind. That is a very strong point.
You know why?
All right. And here's your question. A petroglyph. A petroglyph is an engraving or image created on what?
Oh, I'd have to say that'd be on an airplane.
So close. Stone.
So close.
So close.
I was thinking when a plane writes something in the sky. That's where I was going with that.
All right, I see what you're saying. Like Sky Rizzy.
Yeah.
All right, your question. What U.S. state grows coffee beans?
What is wrong with me? Okay.
Well, sir, where do we start?
Yeah, right. I mean, I only have a 1 in 50 chance. Let's see. What state grows coffee beans? It's close to me. Okay.
Sort of.
Okay, it's a little further away.
Not a whole lot of states between you and it.
That's true. There are no states between here and there.
Oh, okay. Well, then let's go with, I don't know, Idaho?
The old Idaho coffee bean. No, that would be the fine state of Hawaii.
Oh, Hawaii.
There's no states there, but there's a whole lot of real estate, man.
This is traditional Idaho coffee.
Coffee grows in the Caribbean,
Right.
Hawaii,
And Idaho.
some places in Africa, and Idaho.
Yeah.
Tomatoes and
Go to
coffee.
Idaho. They got fields of potatoes mixed with coffee beans, I guess.
All right, you're on question 7.
Question number 7. What city was buried in a volcanic eruption in 79 A.D.?
My goodness. Is that also in the same state we just talked about?
No, this was in Italy, in fact.
Oh, okay.
Yes, all the volcanic eruptions of Idaho. That's why the coffee grows so well.
Oh, man.
People were really into penises then.
Oh, yeah? Okay. People were really into penises.
You've heard of this place. It was buried in a volcanic eruption in 79 A.D. They found all the mummified remains of people that basically got covered in ash in place. Some were masturbating.
And you said what city?
Yes.
It's famous. Like the
world famous.
Right, like the buried city of...
Man, I feel so stupid.
Destroyed by Mount Vesuvius.
Correct.
I don't know if the hints are helping.
They're not. He doesn't know. He just doesn't know.
Yeah, clearly they're not. I don't know.
It's Pompeii.
Which is what, Naples?
Yeah, if you go to Naples, Pompeii's right.
Florida?
Naples still makes me laugh.
Question number 8.
All right, question number 8. What is the first element on the periodic table?
AU.
The first element.
First element.
Number 1.
The first one you see, the lightest element in the universe.
Is the sign AU? No, that's gold. Never mind.
That is
First
not.
element, we'll go with aluminum. Man.
Where'd you go to school, man?
It's clearly nowhere good.
I just want to make sure I don't send my kids there. That's all.
Yeah. Lake Stevens High School. Don't send them.
Oh, shout out to Lake Stevens.
Shout out Lake Stevens.
Yeah,
All right.
tell Vicky, too. Apparently she's smarter than me, but, yeah.
I think a lot of people can say that.
I know a lot of people from Lake Stevens.
All right, your question before we have to go to break.
Honestly, I did really well in school and graduated with a very high GPA, too. And these are just not my wheelhouse right here, apparently.
He only took gym. Okay.
Yeah.
Your question, how many...
What you watch depends on what kind of mood you're in. Sometimes you're craving comedies like Friends or South Park, and sometimes you're more into dramas like HBO's Succession and House of the Dragon. There's also cooking shows like Chopped and Beat Bobby Flay, and even movies like The Lord of the Rings and Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Well, Max is the streaming destination that has the best of entertainment for whatever mood you're in anytime. And plans start at as little as $9.99 a month. Max, the one to watch. Subscription required. Visit max.com.
How many boroughs is New York City made up of?
How many boroughs?
Boroughs. So you've heard of like the Queens, Manhattan, the Bronx,
Right.
Staten Island.
Joe.
Manhattan, the Bronx. Go with 4.
Ooh, 5.
Brock, we're going to come back with question number 10. Keep in mind, our biggest dummy is Danny.
Ooh, so close.
12 questions, so stay on the line. We'll find out how dumb you really are. More Big Dummy coming up, 206-803-ROCK.
99.9 KISW. The men's room returns with Miles and Thrill.
All right, Big Dummy is the game. We got Brock on the line. He's playing for Team Sober. Brock, you are on question number 10. Keep in mind that our biggest dummy is Danny. It took her 12 questions to get one right, and you, my friend, are in reaching distance.
And now all of Lake Stevens High School is listening in.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody I know from Lake Stevens is pretty smart.
No, it really is a good school. I'm just an idiot, apparently.
Okay. They appreciate you saying, oh, yeah, Brock, yeah, he was an idiot.
Hey, did well, book learning.
I want my kids to go to Lake Stevens School District, so.
He thought he had a 4.0. He actually only got 4% on his test, you see. That's all right.
Yeah.
All right, Brock, here is your question.
So dumb, they don't let him in the buzz in.
Question.
Okay.
Which Australian animal has unique fingerprints?
Let's go with kangaroo.
Did you say African or Australian?
Australia.
Has unique fingerprints. I'll say a koala.
Koala, yes.
Question number 11.
They also have chlamydia, though, so. Yeah.
They do have chlamydia, yes.
Brock knows that.
You know that they have venereal disease. Okay. All right, Brock. Who was the host of The Price is Right before Drew Carey?
Bob Barker.
Oh, don't get upset at the question. I'm going in order.
I've watched The Price is Right. It's been my favorite show since I can watch TV. I still watch it daily with Drew Carey.
For real?
Yep, I love that show.
Did you see the episode Miles brought up earlier where a woman in a wheelchair who did not have use of her legs won a treadmill?
Seriously? That's messed up.
2015.
2015. That is.
Well, Brock, congratulations. You are not the biggest dummy.
So close.
Danny retains her title.
You know, but I like that guy. I do like Brock. I have to admit, man. Good sport. Not a lot going on upstairs.
No, just
good
dumb.
sport.
Good guy. Dumb.
Right, he doesn't. I don't think he's stupid. He just couldn't get an answer.
Wow, that's what you say when if he's coming over and you never met him. He's a friend of mine. He's like, bro, man, you'll like Brock. He's kind of dumb, but he's a good guy. All right,
you'll have a lot of fun with him.
He likes to drink beer. He'll hang out.
He laughs a lot.
Just doesn't have anything to say.
Yeah, just don't want.
Talk to him about chlamydia and The Price is Right.
Pretty well.
Chlamydia and The Price. Those are his two strong subjects. Hello, Mark. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitch, hola.
Hola. Mark, we'd have gotten to you sooner, but Brock called first.
Yeah. Mark, are you sober or not sober?
Good. I am stone cold sober, brah.
All right. Welcome to Big Dummy, Mark. A men's room poll. You get to win one on a game show. Will it be a pinball machine, a pool table, arcade game, or air hockey?
Give me the pinball machine and make it from the KISS Army.
Okay.
All right. You know, I remember that pinball machine because I was a big KISS fan. I don't know that it was any better than any other.
It's actually a pretty decent pinball machine.
Is it?
It's kind of in the same mold as Indiana Jones the Tivoli.
I remember that one. Okay. All right.
It's got the lights and it's got to have fire somewhere in it, you know?
Yeah, they tried that, and it turns out that was a hazard.
When you get to some level, a place like Detroit Rock City, so that when you get to that level, then it goes, and then all the balls start popping out.
Really?
Oh, yeah, it's crazy.
All right, okay. And if you suck, it plays Beth. All right.
It plays Hard Luck Woman.
Right. All right, Mark, here is your question. What was the first mass-produced game to use people as playing pieces?
Mass-produced game to play... Ooh... Risk? I don't know.
I don't think about it. We probably have all played it, not recently.
Guess who?
Nope. Twister.
Oh.
All right. I know, it's obvious when you hear it. You just don't think about it. When's the last time anyone here played Twister?
It's been a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Regular Friday nights at my house.
Damn it, I was just about to say, stop making Twister dirty. It's for children.
Honest to God, the last time, and this is not a lie, I told you guys this before, at a bar, a guy named Nicky that I knew, the bar's closing, hey, do you guys want to come over? We get there, and there's just all these chicks in lingerie. Yeah. I don't know how, but they were playing Twister.
Nice.
And they were like, do you want to play Twister? And even though I'm not limber, I'm like, I sure do. I sure do want to play Twister.
Yeah.
That had to be like 30 years ago. It's the last time I played.
I can't even remember. I mean, I was a kid.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Do you even think you could pull it off now?
Nope.
Yeah. I could not do it. All right,
That's
Mark.
an emergency either way.
Well, if you show up in lingerie, hey, there's a better chance. All right. Your question, in distance measuring, particularly in space, what does AU stand for?
Parsecs?
Aeronautical unit.
Astronomical unit.
So close.
Which is 93 million miles because that is the distance from the Earth to the sun.
Okay.
So instead of saying something like 827 trillion miles, they'll say, like, hey, man, it's like 500 astronomical units.
You have another AU question?
I kind of do. What, gold?
Oh, guess not.
All right. Mm-hmm. But I kind of do. How long does it take for light from the sun to reach the Earth?
A day?
I don't know. 8 minutes. 8 minutes. So if the sun blew up right now, we'd all find out 8 minutes from now.
Then we're not alive.
Right before we die, yeah.
Would we see it?
Briefly.
But
so
I got
if the
8
sun
minutes.
exploded, it
No.
would take 8 minutes for its light to get here, but as soon as you see that the entire sky basically is full of sun, before we can say OS, like I think we'd be pretty much wet.
I don't even think they have time for an alert on that, do they? But by the time they detect
they wouldn't know.
it'd be 4 minutes after the fact.
They wouldn't know. So even if you have like the Webb telescope's like a million miles from here, like it would know before we do, but by the time it could tell us bad things are coming, like
it's over.
You're still going to die. And it wouldn't matter because there's literally nothing you could do. Like you don't need an alert if everyone's going down. Like, gotta keep playing big dummy. All right, your question. The zodiac sign Pisces refers to what animal?
Fish.
Fish.
Boom. I just like the way he said
Fish.
Fish. He should introduce the band.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Fish. Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Jacob. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. Jacob, are you sober or not sober?
Sober for a little bit longer.
Hey, Jacob, do you have a ladder I can borrow? All right, Jacob, you get to win one on a game show. Will it be a pinball machine, a pool table, an arcade game, or air hockey?
I'm going to go with the pinball machine.
Pinball machine. Which pinball machine do you like playing?
I like the Indiana Jones one.
That is a great one.
That may have been the best one, at least when I was growing up.
I didn't get the lighter reference. What was that?
There was a movie called Jacob's Ladder, which might be a little dated. I'd recommend you watch it, Tim Robbins. It is a mind F. Right. It is a mind F, man.
Fair enough.
It's a dad joke, Jacob.
Copy.
What Jacob is saying with copy, Miles, is that, okay, old man.
Whatever. He understands.
Yeah. All right, Jacob, here's your question. On what continent would you find the country of Suriname?
Suriname. Africa.
It does sound African.
Asia. No.
Asia.
South America.
South America. You've asked this
I
question.
have, because it always sounds African. So the next time you hear it, I was in Nam. Vietnam? Suriname.
What'd you learn in Nam? Donde es Albania?
All right, your question. What book opens with the line, "Call me Ishmael"?
I got no idea.
Name a book you probably had to read in high school.
Mm-hmm. You had a big one.
The Lord.
Yes, he did.
The Lord. What is it called?
Well, you can say the Lord of the Rings.
The Lord of the Flies.
Oh, Lord of the Flies.
Moby
That had
Dick.
Ralph and Piggy. Yeah, this is Moby Dick.
I was going to say The Old Man in the Sea. I knew it was a fishing thing.
Man.
That was a great book. 100 pages.
Old Man in the Sea?
Yeah.
It was 100 pages of boredom.
I know, but look,
Jesus
if you have to
H.
read
Christ.
a book and you're
I'm with Miles. It was quick. There was
I
there was baseball
understand.
references.
I'm the logic. It's just that
It's
book could have
Hemingway.
been
It's
written
easy.
in 7 paragraphs.
I'm with Thrill. I was forced to read this book in school.
Correct.
I was like, okay, Ernest Hemingway. You hear all about him. I knew about him before I read his book. Cool. Let's see what it's all about.
Yeah, no kidding.
well, it's not that it's not a snoozer. It's the fact that it's 100 pages and you can do the book report in 2 days.
and then they ate the fish.
That book sucked.
Sucked.
I did not like Hemingway. Later, we had to read, what is it, For Whom the Bell Tolls. I quit after 3 pages. I even told the teacher, like, I'm not reading this.
Did you listen to Metallica while you read it?
I should have. Much better. Much better. Well, while we're talking about Moby Dick, who wrote the book Moby Dick?
Hemingway.
I'll really think about this for a minute.
I know the name. I can see the cover of the book.
Is it Herman Melville?
It is Herman Melville.
Okay.
Miles, the literary brain.
Dude, barely.
Killing it right now.
All right, Jacob, you're crushing it.
Jacob.
The Simpsons are a spinoff from what TV show?
The Simpsons are a spin-off of what TV show?
How old are you, Jacob?
28.
Oh, yeah. There's probably The Simpsons has been out longer than you've been around.
It was one of the original HBO shows, if I'm not mistaken.
It was one of the original shows on Fox. Because Fox debuted with
that's
Married
right,
with Children.
It was. She had a show on HBO
yes,
as well.
and then following... I think she got her HBO show after Fox took her out.
If you're 28, there's no reason you would know.
You know, I'm just going to go ahead and
Tracy Ullman
The
show.
Tracy Ullman show. So she was like a variety actress, like Carol Burnett back in the day, which I'm sure matters to you at 28. But, yeah, so The Simpsons was a cartoon short on her show, but this cartoon short got a better audience reception than anything she did. So, yeah, that's where The Simpsons came from.
Fair enough.
All right. I just discovered this today. On what continent is the world's largest spider? That spider being the Goliath bird eater. Called that because it can eat birds. What continent?
I'm going to have to go with Australia.
That was my guess. Absolutely.
You said South America?
South America. Yep.
Question 6.
Okay.
So the huntsman spider that you see in Australia apparently has longer legs, but body-wise, the Goliath bird eater.
Got that thick body.
Yeah, I like them thick, brother.
So I like my spider.
If I'm a spider, I'm getting all up in that.
Wrap those legs around me. Thick body spider.
Yeah, gonna make some silk myself. All right. What does PS stand for at the end of a letter? What does PS stand for?
Oh, wow. Post.
Yep.
Post cereal.
Post sentence.
Not terrible, guys. Postscript.
Question number 7.
By the way, someone let me know the official language of Suriname in South America. Ted, that's not what you learned in Nam. You learned Dutch, dummy. That's the official language of... Sir, you don't need Dutch words. Oven.
I don't. I was going to do an impression of the Swedish chef, but he's Swedish.
It's right there in the name.
It's kind of, I mean, that's Dutch is kind of like... Yeah,
it's got kind of... It's like a drunk person trying to sing in the car.
Oh, yeah, I'm from Suriname.
All right, Jacob, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm only asking this question because I love saying this. Lake Titicaca is located on what continent? Well, it's called Lake Titicaca. I did not come up with the name.
I know it is.
Lake
Titicaca.
Yeah, say it again.
I just
Why not?
Beavis and Butthead. I don't know. I'm just South America.
Yeah,
you got it.
It's between. You know what?
Shout out my girlfmind Shannon. Woo.
Yeah, shout out to Shannon.
What up, Shannon?
We haven't seen you in a while, Shannon. Get back in the studio.
I like how he says Lake Titicaca. Then his girlfriend pops to mind. I wonder why. Do you know what 2 countries it's in between, Miles?
I'll say Brazil.
Suriname and something.
Bolivia and Peru. Ooh, I know those are next.
Wrong again. That's where you get some good cocaine.
Hello, Duncan. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hey, Duncan, are you sober or not sober?
Sober, driving home.
All right, Duncan, welcome to the show. Duncan, win one on a game show. Will it be a pinball machine, a pool table, an arcade game, or air hockey?
Probably be a pinball machine. The only thing I can actively play.
What's your favorite pinball game?
I'll probably go with the Indiana Jones one.
See? All right.
Yeah, let him know.
That is a classic.
All right, Duncan. Here is your question. What is the name of the prince in Sleeping Beauty? The man who likes to kiss unconscious women.
Prince Charming?
I mean, he was her Prince Charming.
Prince Cosby.
Oh, God. There she is asleep.
Man, do you remember, Mike?
Philip. Prince Philip.
Yep. Philip sounds like a lazy fucking bed, doesn't it? You think Philip would be good in this act?
Phil would be Philip. No.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. Philip would put like a towel down.
Right.
He's that guy. Even if it's not,
I don't let the moisture to touch my sheets.
Not necessary.
Philip's like
you know
sleeping
what I'm saying.
chicks.
What's that?
Philip's like sleeping chicks.
Yeah, Philip doesn't do anything.
Philip lays on his back and waits for climax.
Oh, God. Bring it to me. Bring me your climax.
Wonder your walk.
All right, Duncan, here's your question, and it is not what it sounds like. What does a spermologer collect? A spermologer. It is not sperm. I'll give you a hint. To make Big Dummy happen, to be able to do this kind of show, I have to collect this.
Question?
Okay, you got it.
Knowledge.
Trivia.
Yeah.
I do not know, but I told Mike I'm going to get a shirt that says I'm a spermologist.
You are.
I am.
One more contestant. Let's do it.
Hey, dummy!
Hello, Steven. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Steven, are you on Team Sober or Team Not Sober?
Team Sober.
All right, Steven, welcome to Big Dummy. Our men's room poll. Win one on a game show. You're taking the pinball machine, the pool table, the arcade game, or air hockey?
I had a lot of time to think about it. I thought about if I had buddies over, what would I prefer? And pool is a lot more fun to drink and play. So
okay.
As far as drinking goes, I agree.
The only thing about that is you need buddies over.
You can.
Look, there's two options you can do on your own.
You can shoot pool by yourself. You can play pinball by yourself. You're right. Air hockey is the only one. That's just sad.
Played air hockey by myself. And I lost.
own goals.
I mean, I guess you could put like a board up in the middle of it.
And just try to get your angles and all that kind of thing.
It still sounds
I know, it just is. Mom, why did you go to air hockey tape? I don't have any friends. All right, here's your question. Ted, you might know the answer to that. But what is that sound?
That's the baby, sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay. I said no. Okay.
That's why he needs a pool table so you drink.
I know. All right, your question. It's multiple choice. On Seinfeld, Jerry and his girlfriend were caught making out in a theater during what movie? Passion of the Christ, Schindler's List, Old Yeller, or Brokeback Mountain?
I want to say one of the first two. I'm going to say Schindler's List.
Boom. You got it.
Yep. One and done.
Very good.
I never saw that episode, but it made me laugh.
His parents were pissed.
Real quick, you got a true or false question here. The movie Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, was an Oscar-nominated film. True or false?
I'll say true.
Was that for makeup?
Yeah.
It ran for best. It did not win, but yeah, it was nominated for best makeup.
Okay. All right, the head chef coming up, Ted's Meat and Potatoes. You're going to get food poisoning. Head chef's up next.
Hey, y'all, it's Garth. I love the country music family. I love the country music family of artists and the country music family of songs. Some of the greatest artists to ever grace music are under the flag of country music. And some of the greatest songs in music history are under the flag of country music. The Big 615, you're going to hear the newest that country music has to offer. At the same time, you're going to hear the newest that the country classics have to offer. I want to hear the new single from George Strait, and I want to hear it right beside the new single from Luke Combs. And I think the country music family is one of those families that is very inclusive and wants both the established artists and the new artists to be side by side in this thing we call country music.
Download the TuneIn app from the App Store. That's TuneIn. And by the way, yes, it's free. You can also ask your device to play the Big 615 on TuneIn.
Have you been in an accident that wasn't your fault? Feeling overwhelmed and unsure what to do next? Look no further. The personal injury attorneys at Phillips Law Firm are here to help. Phillips Law Firm understands that accidents can turn your life upside down. That's why they're dedicated to fighting for the compensation you deserve and to making the process as stress-free as possible. Don't wait any longer. Call now, 1-800-JUSTICE, or visit justiceforyou.com.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, the podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Head chef on the way. Ted's Meat and Potatoes gives you food poisoning. But first time for a few emails from the men's room at KISW.com.
You've got
And we'll jump right into the birthdays, guys. If you could please do a dirty German birthday shout-out for me, I would love it. Always wanted one. Thanks, guys. That from the lovely Leah.
Yeah, Leah, if I remember correctly, I noticed that's in your email photo. You're wearing a hat that had the Nike swoosh. So tonight I say, yeah, you bend over and let's just do it.
Yeah. So I could take my backwards swoosh and put it somewhere.
Yeah.
Inside of your air bubble.
Yeah, you can call Ted Hair Jordan.
Oh, that is true.
All the guys, here's my husband Ren's birthday. He listens to the men's room every day on his commute home, loves the show, appreciates the authentic dialogue, and it helps him get through traffic. So I'm going to shout out, as well as a Joey chestnut and a fish sandwich. That would be much appreciated. Thanks, guys. That from Mika.
Howie Chestnut!
Fish sandwich. Are you sure?
Guys, my husband Brant turns 34 today. Want to send a little birthday shout out to him. How about a fish sandwich and some green beans? You guys rock. That from the lovely Amber.
I'll have a fish sandwich.
Green bean. What? Green bean. Green bean.
All the guys, please wish Dad a very happy 38th birthday. He's a great friend to have. We're very proud of him. Can Ted do the Kentucky Derby bugle thing? And all of you talk all over yourselves about the importance of having your prostate examined. Thanks, guys. That from the Goldilocks gang. Actually, as far as getting your prostate examined, I got prostate examined every night. What I'll do is I took a little bit of Vaseline on my finger when I'm legs over top of my shoulders. I'll even do it for someone else. Just stick it right in there and twirl it around.
Maybe I got 3 more years left.
Guys, I want to give a birthday shout out to my buddy Brian. It's his 39th birthday. How about some turtle sex with a cut that bitch off as he works in a tire shop? Have the Dirty Germans explain how they would change his tires. Many thanks for the years of entertainment and laughs. That from Chris. And a cut that bitch off.
Oh, my bad. I'm so sorry.
Cut that bitch off. Ned Calder.
Yeah, if I were to change your tire, let's just say it would involve more time spending on the lug nuts.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say it's the same thing. There definitely will be a lug nut involved.
Yeah, well, we can still jack him up.
Yeah. You could even use, this little thing you can get underneath the car. So I call my penis the car.
Yeah, and trust me, we will pay attention to your rims.
It was a good conversation last week. What's a donut?
Nope.
All right, guys, here we go.
Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
What'd you get? Oh, nothing. Nothing important. That was something else. Oh, thank you, Wallen. A couple extra emails. Round 2 of the Men's Room Radio Guest Redemption.
Okay. All right.
So if you have not heard yet, we have an exciting new channel available for you exclusively on the Men's Room page of the Odyssey app. It is titled The Men's Room Radio Station.
Correct.
Now, what we were asked to do was come up with 25 songs apiece. We put those all together, 100 songs on the channel right now, and we all got a little, obviously these are our own suggestions for the channel.
Sure.
So people have been listening to the station, and they switch those all up and trying to determine who, in fact, picked what song to put up there. So, Alex, day 2, here are some of his thoughts. The song and the artist, and my guess. When It Rains, It Pours by Luke Combs. Alex says that's you, Mike.
No, it was not.
Not you. The Real Thing by Faith No More. You said, Alex, that was myself, Miles, picking the Faith No More. Again, that is incorrect. Sexy Eyes by Dr. Hook. He says that's you, Ted.
Not me.
Not you.
Poor Alex.
Man.
Freddy's Dead by Fishbone. Thrilled, did you pick that?
You are correct, sir.
There's one. Maggie May by Rod Stewart. Ted, did you pick that?
I did not.
Worldwide Shoppers by Tech 9. Mike?
That is correct.
That is correct. All right. How Many Cans by Mike Dowdy?
Soul Coughing, yeah.
Okay. Ted, is that you?
No.
Okay.
Have you even heard of either of those?
I've heard of Soul Coughing.
He was the singer, and then he did a solo.
Yeah. Hooked on a Feeling by Blue Suede. Mike, is that you?
Yes, it was.
That is, in fact, you.
I was happy to hear that one today.
That's a good one, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, nice.
The Groove Line, Heat Wave. Thrill, is that you?
No.
The Heart of Rock and Roll, Huey Lewis in the News, is that me, Miles? No. Bismarck by Sabaton? Sabaton?
I believe that's Sabaton.
Sabaton. Is that you, Thrill?
No.
Okay. And I Want It That Way by the Backstreet Boys. Ted, was that you?
Hell yes.
Okay.
All right, that's a pretty simple one. You got me there.
We didn't have to worry about that one. All right, coming up, we'll drink and toast with a shot of the day. But first,
time to open wide and sample Ted's meat and potatoes. Now, here's your host, head chef of the men's room, the Ted Nugent.
Head chef in the house.
Thank you, folks. Thank you. All right, so I feel like almost everybody at some point in your life will get food poisoning.
Yeah.
Now, whether it's from something undercooked, it could be something served to you at a restaurant, you could serve it at home.
Could be intentional.
Could be intentional, but more than likely, you don't know. Like, the only time I think I had it, and I blamed the fish, and then Miles informed me that onions sometimes have salmonella.
They do. Mm-hmm.
So I was like, ooh, good, because I like the fish. It is weird how we pick different foods to blame when you get sick.
Just like alcohol.
I agree. I do feel like the one that people are about 100% on, oysters. Like, if you think
but
it's
oysters run like a legit high level of like...
They absolutely do.
I mean, oysters are almost like a... like one of those games you play where it's like, it's not if, it's when. So if you eat enough, if you eat enough oysters, eventually one of them's going to get you sick.
But we pulled this out of the ocean and we're giving it to you raw. I mean, just do the math on that.
Right,
and
its
if you know
whole
anything
job
about, is to filter crap.
Is to filter stuff out of the water.
I saw a picture today of two tanks of water. One of them was from a bay that had no oysters in it.
All right.
And it was dirty and brown. And then they had the same exact water with oysters in it. And it was just crystal clear.
Really?
Yeah. So they filter everything in there.
And then we just slurp them on down.
Whatever's in the water, no matter what, they filter it.
Hey, good job keeping the ocean alive. I'm going to eat you raw.
You've done such a wonderful job getting rid of pollution.
That's better than
time to
being.
eat you.
Would you rather be eaten raw or cooked alive?
Well, very few things are really cooked alive, though.
Well, an oyster, oyster would
but
be
even
better.
like a crab, like I remember when we used to steam crabs at home, we'd hit them with an ice pick right before we dropped
Oh, really?
them in. Yeah.
Okay. The mercy killing.
Never did that.
I never did that because, I mean, I guess you can look at crabs and know when they're done, but traditionally it's like when they stop knocking, they're ready to eat.
All right, yeah. Maybe that was just us. I don't know. Maybe the Smiths just have a weird
Let me
thing.
out! Let me out!
Or we like to kill stuff with ice picks.
And like cooking crabs, it's like microwave popcorn, right? You can look at the bag, but you still listen to see how many kernels are popping. Mm-hmm. And when it gets down to like, 2 every 10 seconds, you're like, all right, pull it out.
Same with the lobster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just saying, I guess when I think about meat, you can cook a whole hog.
Right.
But he's already dead.
Typically,
Thank
yes.
God.
That's,
yeah.
Boy,
that would be weird. A lot of screaming.
All right, so these are the 10...
Got it. And she's ready. Let's go.
These are the 10 foods most likely to call food poisoning. We start with number 10.
Oh. Sorry. I didn't realize you needed the whole deal. Here we go.
Number 10.
Flour.
Yep.
That's a big one.
About that.
How could flour be risky? It's like most things on this list. It's raw and uncooked. Sometimes it gets exposed to animal droppings when it grows. Turning it into flour doesn't kill the bacteria. Cooking it is the only way to make sure you kill it, which makes sense. I don't know a lot of people that eat raw flour.
It's not that. It's like when people if you're doing like homemade cookies.
Oh,
people
exactly.
want the cookie dough, stuff like that. Right.
Yep.
So with that said, that's why you're not supposed to eat.
Number 9.
You're not supposed to eat cookie dough or lick the spoon that you mixed your brownies with. But I will say, I don't know anybody that makes brownies at home that like either you or the child in the home doesn't get to lick the spoon.
To me, that is the dessert version of oysters. I know it's dangerous, but it's also delicious. I'll risk it.
Couples cantaloupe, but not cantaloupe. Cantaloupe makes the list.
It's not Dad Joke Friday.
I like cantaloupe, so this is a bummer. A lot of things on this list.
I can't just because it's in a not a shell, but it's got a skin.
It's got a protected exterior.
Yeah. We're all struggling to figure out what it is.
Cantaloupe skin. I don't know.
Skin.
I don't know
All right,
what you call
got a
that.
skin.
The rind.
So what is it about cantaloupe that'll get you down, man?
It really just gave me extra info on the flour. Number 8, Mouse.
Number 8.
Coming next to the stage, peaches.
Oh, good. I don't really eat them.
I'm with you. It's funny because I like peach tea. I'll eat
Yeah, absolutely.
I will say I've been known to eat a peach cobbler, But there's a lot of other stuff.
But I wonder if cooking it kind of kills that problem.
I don't know. For some reason, though, I struggle just eating regular peach.
I feel like maybe kids ate peach slices when little, but somehow it seems like when you're not a little kid anymore, you're just not eating peach.
Peaches are definitely something that comes canned.
They come canned, and you're right. They show up in desserts.
Well, there's certain fruits that show up in cans a lot,
like pineapple, peaches. It's another fruit in a can.
Oh, well, you get if you're going to make a cherry pie, generally you buy the cherries in the can or whatever. But I don't know why. There's just certain fruits that show up and others don't. Like, I don't know that you get a ton of apples in a can.
Or canned banana.
Yeah, right. You'd be like, that'd be weird.
Banana.
Yeah. It's probably trapped in the fuzz, you know?
Yeah, probably what it is.
Number 7.
Papayas.
I love a papaya.
I still say I'm not sure I've just sat there and ate a papaya or had a slice of papaya.
You would know.
All right.
It would become your new favorite thing.
I actually like papaya. Yeah, and you know me, man. I don't really get down on fruits and vegetables, but papaya is very good. But I feel like I only eat it on vacation, and it's at breakfast because it shows up on the plate. Like, I never order it, and you're like, well, I'll give it a try. I'm like, God damn, this is good.
Maybe I have had it. What color's the flesh?
Kind of orangey.
Yeah.
All right.
Kind of a pale orangey color.
Papaya's another
Mango's
flavor.
Good. Papayas are good.
Mangoes are good. Papaya's another flavor that shows up a lot. It's just one of those you don't sit around and eat all the time.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
Does it look familiar?
Yeah, I've seen it. I'm sure I've had a scoop of a papaya before. You know what? I'll change this. I've just never bought one.
All right.
That's fair.
Number 6.
The classic chicken.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course. Right, so you're looking at foods, top 10 foods most likely to cause food poisoning. Chicken is on there. Chicken also, damn, they're quick today.
Well, I just figured everybody knew.
Chicken also is just one of those tough things sometimes to cook at home because you want to make sure it's cooked. But when you overcook chicken, it just gets
terrible. That's why the crock pot's a winner.
That's a very good call, man. That's a very good call. Next on the list, chicken's cousin, turkey.
Turkey.
We only get a couple times a year to get that.
Does it happen in, if I'm buying deli meat turkey, or are they talking more like Thanksgiving
We'll get
style?
there.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, turkey's on the list, too. Anything foul.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
It's called foul.
Yep.
I mean, it's right there in the name.
Number 4.
We're not running a good two-man weave on this number thing. I just talked about it. Miles hit me this years ago. Onions.
That's true.
Yeah, onions give you food poisoning.
Just because they're raw? I assume raw.
Well, most things, right? It's raw, and then I think if it's they you've cut into them and they sit out too long or something, or they just been open to bacteria floating around the room. But honestly, I never knew that. And then I'm going to tell the same story. But I ate a fish sandwich at a place I love. It's on focaccia bread. It's a delicious sandwich. And I was like, Miles, something with that blackened salmon. He's like, I don't think it's a salmon. How many onions were on there? I was like, oh, it's covered in onions.
Yeah.
So that's to this day, that's what I think it is.
That's a damn shame.
Number 3.
Ground beef.
Yeah. I've heard that.
Which is kind of, all right.
It must be in the handling of it, as far as bacteria.
Well, a lot of it's the handling, and typically when it's ground beef, it is the lowest grade of beef there, right? So you grind up,
Correct.
people can do other
Yeah.
things with it.
Okay.
So I don't know if it is the process they go through to create it. I really don't know. Maybe it depends what part of the cow does most of the ground beef come from. That might have something to do with it. I don't know.
The part that is not the steak.
Right.
Well, beef is interesting, too, as we're talking about chicken and turkey and other stuff. Like beef fat is delicious.
It is.
And especially when you're making burgers and stuff, you got to have fat in there. But chicken fat's awful.
No, you don't.
You know what I mean? When you get,
Yeah.
even if I buy chicken breasts from the store, the cutlets, I'm generally going to trim off extra
That little
fat.
yellow thing.
Well, it's like our boy Aaron was saying yesterday. They went to an authentic fish and chips place over in England, and the idea was
In Leeds,
because they render it in beef fat. And it's but you're right. People are like, ooh, chicken fat. That's the secret.
Yeah, I'm just right. It's just weird, because anything with beef fat, you know what I mean. You get a ribeye.
Hell
I
yeah.
said, your burgers need a sizable amount of fat in there.
Are there a lot of meats where they brag about the fat content? Yeah, because you're like a ribeye. They're not
Yes,
bragging about
Kobe,
super fatty,
Kobe,
but the idea that
snow.
Nobody's saying it's basically
outside
just
of
beef.
Oh.
we got the fattiest pork you've
Sometimes
ever had.
tuna. I'm sorry. Sometimes salmon.
Yeah,
And
that's a
you
good
know
call.
what? You're not wrong either. Tuna, that's a big thing. When when you catch a bluefin, when they cut them open and they measure them, they want to see how much fat's in there too. You want some good marbling.
All right.
Said if I'm a cannibal, I'm going to the south.
Thrill, you asked about it, and it's on the list. Deli, cheese, and meat.
Oh, come on, man.
Okay.
I know.
Like, stay out of my deli stuff, right?
I know. And deli meat, like, I don't want to ruin it for people, but like, that ain't the best, highest quality stuff. But it's so
it's not.
easy.
It's easy. It's good.
Right. And I mean, you could take deli meat and make a sandwich. You could make a little roll up. You could throw it in your salad.
You ever just got like one of those chunks of turkey breast or chicken breast that you can buy that are not sliced?
Yeah.
And then you cut them individually?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
That is like a real, that's
very
a real
good, yeah.
chicken or a real turkey breast. So when you're doing it, at least you know the quality's good. Maybe you don't slice it thin enough, but
well, and
that's pretty good way to do
deli
it.
meat's also funny, too. It's like, if I'm having like a chicken sandwich or like a turkey sandwich that's made from the real bird, then you expect it to be thick. But deli meat, to me, should always be pretty thick.
I agree.
Absolutely.
By the way, somebody points out ground beef here.
Number one.
So ground beef has bacteria because once you grind it, it increases the surface area for things to hide in it.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Okay.
Number one on the list. Can anybody take a guess? It won't shock you.
Spinach.
Fish.
Mushrooms.
Bag salad and other leafy greens.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
They found 50 different recalls linked to them since 2017. Also, as their number one on the list, bag salad and other leafy greens and bags, they also cause the most deaths.
Oh, yay.
Sweet. I'm trying to eat healthy and now I'm dead.
I know, that's the problem,
Healthy's
right?
relative.
Between, like, deli meat and cheese, bag salad, ground beef, onions, turkey, chicken, like,
It sounds
flour.
like a pretty good diet.
Yeah, it's like stuff you eat all the time.
Except I'm okay. By the way, somebody here does point out, and they're right about this, says the Jews are all about chicken fat. That's schmaltz. They cook a lot of things down in chicken fat. So it's like, you know what? You're right. I've heard of that before.
They actually sell it in jars.
Yep.
I did not know that.
And Ted, back to the beef fat thing, there is a steakhouse down here on Westlake, and they do beef fat French fries. Do you remember those things?
I do. They are tremendous.
You cannot believe the difference. I've never had anything cooked in beef fat before, so this is my only opportunity to try it.
All right.
They are quite simply the best French fries you've ever had in your life.
He's
not kidding.
Yeah, seriously.
It is such a big difference. I don't know. It's beef fat. It is what it is.
I know one of the bartenders. I got to go in there and get some.
Delicious. Thank you, Head Chef. We appreciate it. You are listening to The Men's Room.
What you watch depends on what kind of mood you're in. Sometimes you're craving comedies like Friends or South Park, and sometimes you're more into dramas like HBO's Succession and House of the Dragon. There's also cooking shows like Chopped and Beat Bobby Flay, and even movies like The Lord of the Rings and Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Well, Max is the streaming destination that has the best of entertainment for whatever mood you're in anytime. And plans start at as little as $9.99 a month. Max, the one to watch. Subscription required. Visit max.com.
June is Pride Month. Show your pride and join us for the fabulous Pride Block Party in Vancouver. But the fun doesn't stop there. You won't want to miss the spectacular Saturday in the Park Pride event happening in July. Let's come together to celebrate love, diversity, and equality. Enjoy all that summer in Vancouver has to offer and plan your trip today. Close to everything, but far from typical. For details, check out visitvancouverwa.com. That's visitvancouverwa.com.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
All right, coming up next, we'll drink and toast with the shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check-in with Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
All right. The average parent compromises with their child 4 times a week.
That's it?
That's it.
Wow.
Are you guys above average?
I was going to say 4 times a day.
I don't know. I feel like you just have these conversations all the time, so maybe they're right.
Often dinner is a compromise. Just basic things.
Damn. Well, for me, I'm going to eat what I want here. Fine. I'm going to eat this. You don't have to eat it, but I'm not hungry.
Yeah, I just kind of did what I was told. This is what's for dinner. You don't like it, go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the right word, right? It's different. It's like in a relationship, like you're both adults, you kind of have to compromise on stuff.
Right.
But in the end, like the parent can just kind of tell the kid what to do.
Exactly.
Pretty much it.
Yeah. Italy just introduced a law banning governments and corporations from using English or they would face fines.
Yes, they did.
I saw that.
Basically within their own country there.
And also some of the correct pronunciations of Italian standard words.
Oh.
Yeah, what were some of the...
honestly, it's not mozzarella, it's mozzarella.
Right. So even stuff like that.
You have to say it in the correct way.
Goodness gracious. Because they're trying to preserve the integrity of the Italian language.
Correct. It sounds like almost every freaking country. Right, we do it here. Italy's getting all uppity about it. Just like, okay.
Criminy, man. A new study found that the smell of peppermint can reduce aggressive driving behaviors.
I'm not sure about this.
I mean,
I know they're saying it, but like, what is your case study on this?
Right?
I'm going to give you a handful of peppermints, and I'm going to tailgate you and cut you off.
Here, Mike, we were talking about it before the show.
Yep.
Here's my issue. I have a friend. We all know him. He's an aggressive driver.
Okay.
Right? Of course, he doesn't think he is. Everybody else is a bad driver. But he also keeps peppermint, like the essential oil, in his car.
No kidding.
Yeah. It helps, too, for, like, your breath. You can just put a little dot in your mouth.
Okay.
Well, maybe it's this. Maybe if he didn't have it in there, he'd be even more aggressive.
I guess
You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you go like, hey, it looks like he's having a bad day, but if you know this person, this is his version of calm.
Sure.
So he might be a meaner driver without it. So maybe that's the best he can get.
Well, and the thing is, most of us will get angry when we drive at some point. But
of course.
The problem is that road rage, in essence, should be random. Yeah, there's stupid drivers out there that'll frustrate you, but it doesn't get to the point of road rage consistently enough to really get the right numbers on this. Now, what I want to see is, like, I just want a scientist sitting there next to somebody that's now devolving into road rage and then, like, uncaps a little bit of peppermint. Does that work?
It's calm him down.
That's what I'm thinking.
Like, kind of like the anti-Hulk situation. Like, oh, calm down, big fella.
Is this like EpiPen kind of thing, or is it I need to be breathing this in the whole time?
Right.
Right, like Popeye, he gets spinach, he gets strong.
Yeah.
I think this worked the other way. People all worked up. Say, hey, take a hint. Just put a little on your finger, rub it around your gums. Take a breath.
Sorry, man, I just need a hit. Hang on.
Don't worry, the peppermint is infused with heroin. That's why you calm down so quickly.
Breathe. Breathe in the air.
Make a left at the orange moon.
Jesus.
A woman had to face backlash on Reddit before realizing that that naming her son Charles was a bad idea. Here's the thing. I did look into this story a little bit. So, this man and his wife are having a child. She wants to name their son Charles after her deceased brother in honor of him, right? And he says, honey, our last name is Manson. We can't do that. And she said, what's the big deal? What's the problem with it? He went on Reddit, was like, guys, do you think that this is a big deal? And she got absolutely railed on Reddit. Was like, okay, yeah, maybe we shouldn't call him Charles Manson.
I mean, Mike brought this up, and I said, look, she's right. It's not a big deal. But that doesn't mean that other people don't make a big deal out of nonsense, right? So, and here's the thing. Your kid has to live with it.
Right.
Not you.
Right. Yes, you can name your kid and then walk
your
away.
name to Charles and go through life with that. Don't put it on him, man.
For real. This kid's going to have way too good of an education on Charles Manson way too early in his life.
Oh, yeah.
Well done.
That's for sure.
Well done. But you know what? That's just one of life's rules. And life has many rules, most of which are written down, but there are others that are just understood. At least for the most part. Some people can't quite catch up, which does bring us to
The Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10. 10 unspoken rules that everyone should know about. How is it that you've made it this far in life without someone punching you in the face for eating with your mouth open? If I wanted to watch farm animals grazing in their natural habitat, I'd go visit your mom.
Damn.
Wow. Salty. That is one. But at number 10, as far as the unspoken rules that everyone should know, elevator etiquette.
Yes, you wait for the people to get off before you get on.
Correct. And then stand to the side. When piling into a full elevator or a less packed one, the worst thing to do is stand before the doors.
Same with taking a train.
I've only known one person that suffers with that.
Yeah.
He used to work there, does not now. It's just like, Jesus Christ, can I get out of the elevator before you come dashing in?
He's on a mission.
Yeah.
It really is. And, even when I know that there's not going to be anybody in there, I'll be on the ground floor and I'll ring the elevator and it'll just immediately turn on. I know that there's nobody in that elevator. I still stand to the side until it opens. I can take a quick peek inside. And these things do not move any faster with you sprinting inside of it. You save half a second, maybe.
But you know what you can do to really mess with people is if you're on there alone, stand directly in front of the doors backwards.
Yes.
It's
and Miles,
just weird.
You're right. Train etiquette, too.
Yep.
You got to let the people on the train off first before you can get on.
Exactly.
Same
with the bus.
Yeah, and if you're, let's say, I don't know, maybe you're on the light rail. Like, if somebody's getting off and they have a bag or whatever, like, you could bump into somebody or stand close to somebody and let that dude out.
Right.
No, Ted, apparently you can't.
Also,
Apparently you can't.
Don't ask somebody to move who's comfortable if you're only moving one stop.
Yeah.
It's just rude. Number 9, don't show up handed. I did have to learn this one a little bit later, but we didn't really go places when I was younger. But it says, unless otherwise instructed, never show up to a social gathering empty-handed. Bring some gifts or food or drink.
It is awkward.
Yeah.
Like, it happens sometimes just because you're out or whatever, or like, I don't know, you've had a busy weekend or whatever, it's like Sunday afternoon, but like, especially for me, a lot of times when I show up somewhere, we're watching sports, and it's like, damn it. Actually, you know what? I did it last weekend. We were going somewhere to watch the Final Four before Monster Trucks.
Yeah.
And I was like, just stop. I've got to get beer. And my buddy was like, Phil, like, don't worry. They'll have beer. I said, I know. I feel like a jackass showing up with nothing.
Right. And you're usually pretty good about that. If you slip up, I don't think anybody's looking at you sideways there, Ted.
Thanks, man.
Number 8 of the unspoken rules that everyone should follow: friendly faces save. It says, a few weeks ago, this person waited for an Uber with their friends downtown. Within the 10 minutes we waited, 2 men approached them. The first man joked and conversed with us, then left to find his phone. The other man stayed with us at the first one. He inched closer and closer to my friend, asking her uncomfortable questions. Stood directly in front of us, and each time we tried to leave, he cornered us.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Don't be weird.
That is real weird.
And also,
that's like saying, hey, please punch me in the face.
Right. And also read people's faces. Don't be in your head while you're talking about, thinking about how great you are at making this conversation. Read their eyes, read their face. Know what they're thinking. It's not that hard.
It's really not.
People say exactly what they mean right on their face.
You know, that is the honest to God truth.
That is. Right. And then if they had said, hey, get out of our face, then they would be like, you guys are rude.
They're the rude ones, right?
I always have to remind myself of that, depending, like, you'll have a company meeting or something.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty vocal that I don't want to be there, but, you know, personal problem. But I do try to make it a point, like, hey, man, remember your face. Just remember what you look like as they're going around talking about whatever garbage they're talking about. Like, don't look the way you feel. But I openly have this dialogue in because I'm not there to make them uncomfortable. I don't want to be there, but that's my problem.
Sure.
I'm not here to make you uncomfortable.
Right. It's not because of what you're saying I don't like. It's just I don't want to be
I'm just
here.
lazy. That's really what it is. But I'm like, all right, man, keep your face straight.
Number 7 says, always keep socks and shoes on. Keep your socks on whenever you travel on a plane, train, or automobile. Just leave your socks and shoes on to preserve your neighbor's nostrils and keep the peace.
That's it. You can loosen your shoe laces.
Sure, and that's a good idea because the air pressure.
Just keep your shoes on.
Right. I don't know when that started. That is insanity.
That's recent within the last
just
decade.
Way too comfortable, and it's like, well, it's better and this and that. Like, I don't care. Get your I don't like feet. Get your
nasty ass feet in your shoes.
Well, you know what's better? Like, being naked feels better than wearing clothes. But I'm not just going to strip down on the plane as much as you want me to.
And don't be doing high knees on the plane, Russell.
Yeah.
God,
well,
that's
everybody's trying to friggin' sleep on the way over to doggone Germany.
There's this one lady, and I understood what her deal is. She's an older lady, so she would pace back and forth up and keep her circulation going. Man, I get it. The problem is it's an overnight flight. I'm in the aisle seat, and every time she walked by, she kept bumping me.
Oh.
You know, and I'm like, I know she's not doing it on purpose. I get why she's doing it. I'm sure the doctor told her to, but it's like, woman, I know you're doing this for your health, but if you bump him one more time, I'm going to kill you anyway.
I will slice you.
I'll slice you.
Call me a kid, I'll slice you.
She's like, I'm just trying not to die. Like, well, you bump me again, you will.
Yeah.
Number 6, do not mark up a borrowed book. I don't know why that has to be said out loud.
Well, why would you have to tell someone, hey, don't write on my crap?
Right.
If you borrow it. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's a borrowed book.
And it also mentions dog-earing it. Like, if you're borrowing anything, return it the way that you found it.
Exactly.
You know, I got nervous putting the book that I borrowed from you, Mr. Hill, in my backpack because I didn't want there to be a dent, a fold in a page, or anything like that. I was terrified
Luckily
of
for
that.
you, I bought that book used, and it was not in bad condition.
It was in used condition.
It was in used condition. Right.
You know, Mike, you can make a book cover out of a grocery bag.
My goodness, that's a great idea, Miles.
Every year.
We'd like all of your books that way.
That's right.
I know. What was the paper? Contact paper?
It was either contact paper.
We always used the damn grocery bag, and I hated it.
We did too.
Yeah, but then you can customize it yourself.
My problem was I always put it on with the book completely open. And then when you go to close it, you realize the book won't close. So I'd have to do it again. I don't know why. I could never get over that hump in elementary school.
Number 5, don't point out physical features.
What's on your face, man?
Is that a hair lip?
I mean, come on.
Where'd you get that scar on your forehead?
I mean, most people don't do, unless it's a close friend.
Why is your eye all droopy?
Do people comment on that massive mole under your cheek all the time?
Damn, man. See, there's There are other people in my life who have some facial anomalies, and I hate it because when I speak to them, I always tell myself, just look them in the eye.
Don't stare
just look
at
in
it.
that. Don't let your eyes shift, because they know it's there.
Hey.
So you don't want to do that, like, quick glance, right? Because, and they'll tell you, and I tell myself, and like, this is the dialogue in my head. Don't look at it, man. Don't look at it. They already know it's there. You can't sneak a peek. It's not going to look any different.
What you do when they look in a different direction, too.
Oh, every time. Just like, ew.
You just kind of get your fix as soon as they look over in the distance, like, oh my God.
That is horrible. Jeez, man.
That's why. I mean, that's why you got to wear sunglasses to the beach.
Yes, you do.
I tried that maneuver in mirrored sunglasses in the beaches of Florida, where I am the ugliest person there, and one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life. And I swear to God, it's like she was actually walking in slow motion. Wearing a bikini, and she's just walking down the beach to go meet up with her friends. And I had a book in my hand, sunglasses on. It looks like I'm reading the book, but obviously I am tracking her. My wife gets out of the water and says, "You were doing so well, except your book is upside down." I was like, oh, damn it, man. She's like, "I'm looking out for you, man." She said, "I know who you're looking at."
No, I'm dyslexic.
Yeah, she's like, "The book is upside down, stupid."
10 unspoken rules that everyone should know about in life. Number 3, if someone has headphones on, leave them alone.
Yeah.
When I rode the bus, I'd put headphones in, even if I wasn't listening to anything, just so. Because every once in a while, you get a guy that sits. I did have a guy sitting next to me. I'm actually listening to music, and I see him mouthing something to me. So I pull the one butt out. "What are you listening to?" I was like, "Dude, no."
Damn it.
That was my response. I said, no.
No.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not. Don't worry about it. Jesus H. Christ.
If I wanted you to know, I'd be playing it out loud.
And then you would hate it.
Right.
By the way, I was listening to Tool.
Hey, the bus is tougher, but like on planes, you can generally tell if somebody wants to talk or not.
Oh, yeah, it's real quick.
Boy, I got caught next to that guy that just doesn't pick up on the cues. Oh, yeah, great. Yeah, thanks, man. All right, yeah, enjoy the flight. Yeah, I grew up in this area my entire life. You know, if you really want to go...
I told you, you know me, I don't mind chatting to anybody, but it's an overnight flight. We have to make an emergency landing in Montana.
Ugh.
So I'm already tired, annoyed, and I can just feel the dude staring at me. Right? And same thing. I don't even think I had anything. I just had headphones on, and finally I was just like, "What's up?
You play video games?" Oh, my God. That's
you play video games?
And I said no. And he talked to me for the entire hour we were on the ground there.
Oh, God. Bro, I just want to go to sleep.
You ever seen Christmas Story?
No.
Like when they're waiting in line and that one kid turns around, he's got the hat on with the glasses. It just says something. They're just like, yeah, whatever. That's what I picture that guy just staring at me.
You believe in your game?
Shut up, nerd.
I like video games. Yeah, whatever, dude.
All right, cool.
We're stuck in Montana. Somebody just died like 4 rows in front of us. Talk about frickin' video games.
Yeah, you would think the conversation is, "Can you believe this? Oh, my God." I know they died. You play Space Invaders?
Right.
Hey, man, did you get the new Mario?
Right. I'm scared, too. It's snowing.
Right.
There is no lights on at this airport. And then they're like, "We need a mechanic."
Oh,
Jesus. Video game you play, dude.
Number 2, one that I shout to the heavens, put the doggone cart back.
Yes, grocery store.
Yeah.
Yes, somebody could get paid to do it, or you could walk your lazy ass over and back to the carousel, put it away, and then they'll grab them all together as opposed to going and
yeah, and don't leave them by your car if it's a busy Target on a Sunday.
Oh my God, and do not put them in the middle of 4 doggone parking spots.
Yeah.
Right.
By the way, somebody here says, "How about be a part of society? Take your headphones off." Being a part of society does not necessitate that you and I must speak to each other in this moment.
Hey,
right.
Part of society is that if you see me at all, then I'm part of society. Or you've broken into my home. You know, like you're still part of it. When I'm driving in my car, I don't roll down my window and scream over to you who's driving in your car, "Do you play video games?"
Right.
Like, or if we're stopped at a light, it doesn't happen.
Right.
That's all.
If we're stopped at a light, you don't get to sit next to me in your car, roll down your window, and wave like, "Hey, I'm trying to talk to you."
Right.
Be a part of society.
Like I am. I'm on the road driving.
Got it. But then the number 1 unspoken rule that everyone should know about in life goes back to the movie theater. Be quiet and don't use your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I had this. The worst case I ever had. That was a bouncer that landed in there.
Did you actually get it?
I got it, man. It was good. In the recycling, too. But it was this movie, and I had a group of teenagers behind me, and it's one thing if you just talk, you're rude, or maybe you're doing Mystery Science Theater 3000, and I'm laughing at the movie, fine. But these guys were just
Not quite nothing. Just here. What you don't quite understand. It's
like, why are you?
The entire doggone movie.
But the thing I hate most in the movie theater, and I get why it happens, right? Because you're not trying to disturb other people. God damn it! If you have a bag of M&Ms, just open them.
Oh my God!
Did you get this?
It's not going to be quiet, man.
Like, open your goddamn M&Ms. Jesus, man.
Especially when the movie's called A Quiet Place.
We're now all waiting.
And I'm not sure boxes of candies are the quietest either. Crunk, 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 crunk.
Right.
I just rather hear the bag.
And at some point, there's no soda left in the cup. My God, I will buy you one if you stop.
But unfortunately, that most of the time is your own kids.
Oh, I know.
And their friends.
I always like to trust.
I got a kernel stuck in my throat. Hang on.
Take it outside.
Right.
A man in Delaware was arrested after he tried to carjack the wrong guy, and I will tell you who that was at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming in at 5:50. In the meantime, let's get a contestant on the line for Profile This at 206-803-ROCK.
Hey there, it's your friend Stormy Warren here, and I want to invite you to my new home, the Big 615, exclusively on TuneIn. So what is the Big 615? Well, simply put, it's the official home of country music broadcasting live from Nashville to the world. Download the TuneIn app from the App Store. That's TuneIn. And by the way, yes, it's free. You can also ask your device to play the Big 615 on TuneIn. Get the latest on country music from your favorite artists to the hottest songs climbing up the charts. Oh, and it's commercial free. That means a whole lot more music and a whole lot more country. Hear it all on the Stormy Warren Show, weekdays from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. Central. Download the TuneIn app from the App Store. That's TuneIn. And by the way, yes, it's free. You can also ask your device to play the Big 615 on TuneIn. And I look forward to having you join me on the Big 615.
This is your country station, the Big 615.
Are you dealing with a personal injury? Don't go it alone. Turn to the experienced team at Phillips Law Firm. Their attorneys have helped thousands of clients get the compensation they deserve. Call Phillips Law Firm now. Call 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Hey, it's Mike Hawk. Join me every Thursday at 1 p.m. exclusively on the Odyssey app as we go live with Odyssey. Join in on the action as we cover interesting facts, top 10 lists, and some fun new games. Follow the Men's Room page on the Odyssey app and join in all the fun Thursday afternoons at 1.
All right, we made it to drinking time.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the Men's Room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steam Throw Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today we toast a man named Mr. Scott Schuster of somewhere in Texas. Now, one of the things we know, if you want to sell something to resell later, you try to steal things of value. One of those things of value happens to be iPhones, right? This is no secret to anyone. You steal them, you can resell them, use it for yourself. But as a result of all of the thefts, Apple got hip to this, and they have the Find My iPhone app, right? And people track it down, et cetera, et cetera. Well, our friend Scott Schuster here, it's turned into a nightmare. So Scott says there's some kind of glitch in Apple software, which has caused multiple angry people to show up at his house looking for their lost or stolen phones. He says it's happened about a dozen times over the past year, and for some reason, the Find My iPhone app's GPS is directing people to his home. But here's the thing. He's not stealing any of the stuff. He has no interest. He says he's tried to get Apple to figure out what's going on, but they haven't done anything. So now he's trying to get the local news involved. So he showed them footage from his doorbell camera of people who show up demanding their phones and even threatening him. Like, we know you got your phone. My app says it's in to beat your ass. He says his neighbors have gotten to the point they just like to tease him that he's a neighborhood iPhone thief. But he's like, I'm not. But in all seriousness, he says he does not go out and steal phones. I don't even believe he owns an iPhone. And his thing is he has 2 young kids, and he's worried the situation could be dangerous if it's not resolved, if it sends the wrong person to his house. Anyway, he keeps trying to reach out to Apple. Apple has not responded. Think about that.
That's brutal.
People show, because even if you lost your phone, but it says it's at your house, now I think you stole my phone that you found. And I wouldn't believe him either. So this poor dude is dealing at least once a month, and people banging on his door. I'll beat your ass. Give me my phone. So I don't know what he does to convince people he hasn't stolen them, but he's not the guy. But in the meantime, Apple's like,
Yeah, they got to fix that.
He's
right to be worried.
I would be worried about that, man. Yeah, for sure. Anyway, we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy!
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies.
Down the hola bichola!
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
And Stephen, throw a hook at you, please, to everyone. Now, Profile This is played.
Maybe. Well, go ahead and do it. It's a simple game, Miles, where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Jeff. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola. All right, Hefe, you understand how this here game is played?
I certainly do.
Fantastic. You have your choice of one of four categories: the wonderful world of drugs. We have Bite Me, in other words, what did someone find in their food? Interior decorating, where you guess the foreign object that ended up on the inside of someone. And finally, Hit Me with Your Best Shot, where you guess the unconventional weapon that someone chose to use as a weapon.
Just because it's fun to say, bite me, Thrill.
Again, you're not the first person to tell me that today. All right, here's your story. A Domino's Pizza in Fort Worth, Texas, that was found to have significant evidence of something bad is back open and selling pizzas. Now, the restaurant was required to shut down after a health inspection stated that the restaurant was unclean, unsanitary, and that insects and pests were present, as well as live animals. Anyway, the Fort Worth Star reported that the restaurant had been back open. A spokesman for the city of Fort Worth says the restaurant was re-inspected one day after the infractions and was allowed to reopen because they were able to show 2 receipts. The Domino's had been treated for pests on June 15th and then re-inspected the following day. And it had been cleaned and sanitized professionally by a third-party service, since obviously the employees were not doing the job. Domino's was then allowed to reopen. The question is, and this was multiple people complaining about this, the question is, in addition to pests, rodents, and live animals, what was found in or on people's food? Was it rats, poop, blood, or fur? So rats, poop, blood, or fur.
What was the first one again?
Rats.
Rat, R-A-T?
Correct.
Rats, like coming out of the sewer.
Rat, poop, blood, or fur?
Yep, rats, poop, blood, or fur.
And they had a pest place come in, and this is in addition to the bugs, the pests, and the live animals that they found on there.
That is correct. That is correct.
I'm thinking poo or fur, maybe a rat, but if they pull people, I'm going to go poop. I'm thinking poop.
You're going to go poop.
I'm
thinking poop.
Pooping on their pizza.
I'm going fur.
Dead goes
Somehow there's fur on this pizza, which sounds like just awful.
I'm joining Jeff on poop. You going poop? Yeah,
hey, would that make it a pooperoni pizza?
Yes, it would. A pooperoni. So special.
We're going to find out what else is on that pizza. Was it rats, poop, blood, or fur next?
That was a tease. What you watch depends on what kind of mood you're in. Sometimes you're craving comedies like Friends or South Park, and sometimes you're more into dramas like HBO's Succession and House of the Dragon. There's also cooking shows like Chopped and Beat Bobby Flay, and even movies like The Lord of the Rings and Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Well, Max is the streaming destination that has the best of entertainment for whatever mood you're in anytime. And plans start at as little as $9.99 a month. Max, the one to watch. Subscription required. Visit max.com.
99.9 KISW. We return to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Category is Bite Me on Profile. This we have a Domino's Pizza in Texas, and they were forced to shut down after an inspection. Bugs, bacteria, animals, etc. found. But the place was clean. They reopened. Several patrons did complain about one specific item.
Oh, yeah.
That they found in their food. So the question is, was it rats, poop, blood, or fur?
And, Jeff, that is the very question that we posed to you. Let us begin with D. Smith. You went fur. It was not fur. Which, technically it's a good thing.
Fur pizza.
Jeff, you and Miles agreed and just went straight poop.
Yep.
And you are correct.
All right.
Hey, poop.
You got that pooperoni pizza you were looking for, my friend.
That is awful. I thought Mike got me on that one when I said fur pizza. I was like, it's just a funny term.
I guess it is.
It's sad. Look, Mike, you're not wrong. It sounds terrible.
A lot of people commented.
If there's mice and there's rats, they'll be dropping.
There will be poop.
There will be poop.
Then they went with There Will Be Blood. They figured it was a better title.
Now for all TV news all the time, it's time for TV Time with Ted.
And now,
Because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box. The Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
Your choices today, writers. The Jim is
Fallon Kimmel,
Seth Meyers,
Jay,
Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right there. The title. These guys have teams of talents. The writers help them come up with their monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
92-year-old Fox News chairman Rupert Murdoch, God bless you, has reportedly called off his engagement. You don't want to rush into anything. You got your whole month ahead of you.
Guess Fallon
Myers.
92-year-old Fox News chairman Rupert Murdoch has reportedly called off his engagement. Yeah, don't rush into anything. You've got your whole month ahead of you.
Damn. In a new documentary, Pope Francis said that sex is a beautiful thing. That's because he's only seen it in Renaissance oil paintings.
Jesus, Fallon Myers.
Fallon.
In a new documentary, Pope Francis said that sex is a beautiful thing. That's because he's only seen it in Renaissance oil paintings.
A tortoise who is over 90 and lives in a zoo is about to have his first child. Apparently, Pfizer has released tortoise Viagra.
Fallon. Ted.
Damn it. Smith.
Yeah.
Super Mario Brothers finally hit theaters. And of course, with this movie, if you're a younger sibling, you'll have to watch your big brother watch it first.
Kimmel. Fallon.
Nintendo's Super Mario Brothers movie finally hit theaters.
Oh.
And of course, with this movie, if you're a younger sibling, you have to watch your big brother watch it first.
I prefer Luigi. He was always my character choice.
Oddly enough, I just read something recently that said Mario, he's not the least popular of all of them, but he ranks near the bottom. Everyone likes everyone else more. It's the Luke Skywalker of his own franchise.
He's not that bad. It's me, Mario.
I'm a lame.
I'm a lame.
I'm a plumber. Mike, I did it last Friday. I was doing it all day on Sunday in a grocery store. I think I annoyed people.
No. Could you make it a bit thinner?
I gotta have burgers. Lawmakers in Texas are considering 2 new bills that would allow firearm safety to be taught in high school, and if there's money left after that, math.
Seth.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's Seth Meyers.
Lawmakers in Texas are considering 2 new bills that would allow firearm safety to be taught in high school, and if there's money left over, math.
All right, I remember this movie. I think I was a little young for it. Do you guys remember Fatal Attraction?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course.
All right. So they're saying here, you might not like reboots and stuff, but Fatal Attraction series that's coming to Paramount Plus looks like it's got a different kind of twist on it.
All right.
In addition to showing the affair between Dan Gallagher and Alex Forrest that causes so much chaos, it also flashes forward to 15 years later when Dan is getting out of prison for Alex's murder.
Oh, man. Okay.
Right.
All right.
Joshua Jackson, he plays Dan. Joshua Jackson, he was a big star a few years ago.
His name sounds vaguely familiar, but I can't.
He might have been a Dawson's Creek guy.
Ah, okay.
But basically, Dan, in the trailer, it says, every day that I've been in prison, I've thought about Alexandria Forrest because I need to understand what I did, how she died, and why. I did not kill that woman, and I'm going to prove it.
All right.
So that's his mission.
Yeah.
Okay, a different twist.
Did he kill her at the end?
Not that I remember.
I don't remember.
I'm not sure what happened to Glenn Close.
Yeah, I just remember the rabbit.
Me too.
Oh, yeah.
That's what's burned into my brain.
That is a sign.
Correct. Yeah. Which,
red flag.
To be honest, if you had just skinned it, it wouldn't be as scary. Because then you're just kind of making a rabbit stew.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the fact that it still had fur on there and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, rabbit's delicious.
Back to fur.
Yeah. Miles, or Thrill, earlier today, you had a question about Anthony Bourdain.
Correct.
We were talking about him. I will say, if you've never seen No Reservations, great show.
It was really good.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when I first started watching that, I just thought it was some crazy dude. I did not know he was a famous chef, this and that.
Yeah.
But I want to say on the Cooking Channel, they rerun some of that stuff. Like, if you probably go on your on-demand on your Xfinity account, like you could find some of those shows. But if you like food, and granted, he started that series, man, I'm going to say that's like 07, 08.
That sounds about right.
Maybe even earlier. But some of the stuff that we see now, for instance, like honestly, like a lot of cheap food that is so expensive now that we love and stuff, I really think that was Bourdain when he went over to Asia and everything and would talk about eating the ramen and this and that. And he made a good point every country he went to eat like their national meal.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Which generally, and I'm stealing this from him, the national meal is generally going to be some type of soup, chili, something with a broth that kind of binds, and then it's always going to it always has like a protein, generally kind of a cheaper protein.
Of course.
And then something to stretch it out. Rice, noodles, beans.
Yeah, pretty standard practice.
But like, I don't know, like I think maybe the hamburger is like the national food of America. But like,
makes sense.
Like, I feel like chili would be on there.
Chili should be, right?
You know what I mean? Same thing. Like, you go to a lot of places, whether it's ramen or whatever. And then also, like, he eats some stuff that I just...
Right. No way.
Like tripe and all that kind of crap. Like, you would never eat that stuff. And it also teaches you about stuff, right? Like, I'm not kidding. Like, I knew that little fact about pool tables today as I was watching Pawn Stars.
Right.
Now, Pawn Stars, sometimes it's funny when I don't know if you guys watched that show lately. Like
I haven't.
They go on and on about the history of the item before they actually make them an offer or say it's worthless. And sometimes I think the people are kind of getting bored. You got to imagine they're taping that for a while.
And you just want to know if you're making money.
But you do, like I'd say, like you can get knowledge from anywhere.
Sure.
Like, like obviously reading books is good, but like you can pick up knowledge from wherever you go. Like I have a lot of random, like good knowledge that I've just from watching shows like that.
Yeah.
And just, pick it up. But I would recommend anybody watch No Reservations, and then if you're into Pawn Stars, plus sometimes on Pawn Stars, Thrill, this is the part I think you'll like. Like, they make offers, this and that. But then sometimes they'll sit there and they'll talk to somebody for 5 minutes about it and everything. And then the person will go, okay, so what are you going to offer me? And
$5.
They'll be like, well, nothing. This is
right.
this is like
this is the knockoff.
This is a fake one.
Right. But if it were real, man.
But if it was real, we'd give you hundreds of dollars for it.
Thanks.
Also, I know whether or not you like golf or whatever, the Masters tournament did start this weekend. We were talking about it earlier, but seriously, go online. The Masters is different. There's 2 tournaments I want to go to. I want to go to the Waste Management Open in Phoenix because that is just a giant party.
It is.
But then the Masters, and my brother has been there once, is old school. You can't have your cell phone.
Good.
You go you go in the first day. If somebody puts their seat there, it's considered a faux pas to move anybody's chair, even if they're not there, and it's packed. But they keep the prices the same thing. You can get a pimento cheese sandwich for $1.50.
Yeah, $2 something.
Good.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, the chicken biscuits like $3. Domestic beers are $5. Like I have a group thread with a bunch of buddies. We've been going back and forth all day. You got $10. What are you getting? So, but it's pretty cool. And then also because you don't have your cell phone, people don't actually know the scores. It's like nowadays, like you always have the leaderboard up there or even a scoreboard, but like you can check your phone and see anything,
yeah,
right?
Of course.
So it's pretty cool. When you hear, that's a reason when you watch the Masters, the roar in the crowd is so much louder, is because sometimes it's just putting a number up on the board and you see, like let's say Miles is a professional golfer, right? The 3 of us are there. We're there to cheer on Montgomery. And all of a sudden you hear a roar from a green, three holes over. And then they put Montgomery, and now he's at -8.
Right.
Then you're going to roar again.
And when they do that, it's like Wrigley. So it's not a digital scoreboard. They're actual numbers.
They're actually changing it.
That they put up there. They move people up and down on their scores on the board as they're playing. The players themselves, they have a placard that indicates the pairing and where their stands are.
Right.
So for -2, -3, you'll see that on the sign. But you only know the score of the guys that are playing on that hole.
Right. Yeah. So
until you get to 18
cool.
where they have the hole.
Right. And that's what makes it just a different environment there. Now, sticking with some sports, the Kraken are in action tonight.
Mm-hmm.
They win this game, they're playoff bound.
That's it.
Right. After 2 years.
Winning in.
Yeah. Which is pretty impressive. And me and Miggs were talking about this on a new episode of the Megacast. I didn't know if their second year they'd be that much better. But once they went on that road trip, I want to say in January back east, and they were
just killing people.
Right, they were beating the Bruins, who hadn't lost in like weeks or whatever. They were just stacking points,
and it matters.
Yeah, and also I've been saying this for 2 years, but like they got to get in the playoffs. I don't know how the schedule works, but you got to have a Friday night home playoff game at Climate Pledge Arena. You know, because the Kraken fans have been doing a good job filling that place up. I mean, it's rocking and rolling already. I just think the playoff energy and NHL playoffs, arguably to me, are my favorite playoffs. Like the action is just so good. It seems to step up a level.
It's a lot more intense,
right? And I truly believe this would be unheard of in the world of professional sports for a second-year team to make the playoffs if it wasn't for the fact that the Las Vegas Golden Knights came right out of the gate. If they did not do that, this would be like, this is unbelievable.
Right, but like I tell everybody, remember, and you're right, but just remember that the Knights, they had to change the rules on how new expansion teams got players.
That's it.
Because they were that good. Let's see. Yeah, so you can watch the Kraken tonight there in action. I think that puck drops at 7:30. Also, there's a comedian I like from Canada. She's going to be on Jimmy Fallon tonight, Sophia Buttle.
Okay. Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. You're listening to The Men's Room.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. Delaware man makes the mistake of trying to carjack a car with a cop inside. When you're in an airplane, this is truly the strangest way that one could have died. Florida man pulls out machete on karaoke night. Man brings platypus he found on a train to no one's delight. And a fan of the band The Clash helps a man get busted for making fake vinyl records in the UK. It is time for your headline.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my car.
All right, our top story. We got a Delaware where a carjacking went horribly, horribly wrong. Around 9 o'clock at night, our man attempted to rip the driver out of their car, but was ultimately beaten by his victim, who was able to escape. Not about to go home empty-handed, he tried one more car that he spotted as a potential target. He once more ripped the door open and attempted to pull the victim from his car, who quickly identified himself as local police. That's when our man realized he targeted an unmarked police car. He took off running, but was eventually apprehended by his victim. That guy's just having a bad night all around.
Stop trying to carjack people. There's one way to avoid that.
Right. Someone just call that a deterrent, maybe a moment of clarity where maybe this isn't quite what you were meant to do.
It's not a real big ass to say, hey, could you not carjack someone today?
For real. In other news, to South Africa, where a pilot had to make an emergency landing. Are you listening, Ted? He told the BBC that he...
You don't have to read the story, dude.
No, I don't. He told the BBC that he and his passengers had made it up into the air when he started feeling something cold running up his back. Initially thinking that it was an unsecured water bottle, which I don't know why water goes up, but you know what? I don't fly planes. The pilot quickly found the culprit as he looked by his legs to see a fairly dangerous cobra receding back underneath his seat. Thinking quickly and staying calm, the pilot quickly began the process of landing the plane, alerting passengers to the potential danger, which resulted in a stunned silence from the cabin. He says you could hear a pin drop from back there. He was able to get the aircraft on the ground and emptied without injury and incident. They talked about this thing that if it bites you, it's at least a night in the hospital.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And that's if you can get there.
Yes, if you can get there.
Right. And to his credit, I appreciate where he stood when he sees this thing, because you've kind of got to... You can't just tell the passengers, like, we're about to make an emergency landing. Just stay calm, stay in your seats. I want to know what the hell the doggone emergency is, so he has to tell them what's going on.
I think he wanted to tell them that so they know it's not like a mechanical thing.
Right.
Like, we're not going to die unless this thing bites me and I drop dead on the way.
But it'll kill you in 9 seconds. Right.
Right.
So don't worry about it. You don't even have time to be shocked.
Right. So just be chill.
Right.
Be
Ted,
chill.
Ted, if you're on a plane and you hear from the captain, like, there's a cobra in the cockpit with me. Don't worry, the cockpit is sealed. It's not getting out, but we need to get onto the ground. Do you still feel okay?
Okay, here's the problem, though. He's not in a plane like that.
Oh, it's an open cockpit? Right, because it's private.
It's a private, like, tiny
little plane.
Yeah. Like, I'm just sitting behind, and he's like, oh, hey, there's a cobra up here. That's why he finally told him, because it went underneath his seat and was going to get to them. This story is horrible.
I've used that line as a pickup line. There's a cobra in the cockpit.
Come on.
I don't know, man. If you said a snake on a plane, if it's a commercial airline, hopefully it's in the cockpit.
Sure. But I still don't... There's one on the doggone plane. I don't trust that there's not another one in the doggone rafters somewhere. And then even then, you know, with the plane that he's got, where, it could very well just be hanging out around the crowd. I'd like to think that I'd remain calm, because there's nothing that you can do. You're not running anywhere. You're not jumping out of a plane.
Well, he said everyone remain calm, and I think it's a misnomer. I think everyone's more paralyzed with fear. Right. You don't see a panic, but I think everyone seems quote unquote calm. One, you don't want to make any noise to attract the snake, right?
Right.
I think that, like, if you said, hey man, there's a bear, but he has not smelled or seen you yet, I would seem calm. What I'm doing is being deathly silent and still because I don't want to make the surprise. But I'm not calm.
Yeah. I mean, that's a tough one. Remain calm. There's a venomous, snake up here.
Right.
Deadly venomous
Deadly venomous cobra up here. I do want to get that footage because that people are side-eyeing like, where in the hell is this doggone thing?
Oh, hell yeah.
I just fear if I was on that small of a plane, we would have crashed.
Yeah, just lost
I don't know that I could have handled it. I probably would have started moving around, and I imagine on a plane that small, I start moving around, the plane's going to dip.
Right. A man in Florida didn't take kindly to being told no. Authorities were called to a local bar at 2 in the afternoon on reports of a drunk armed man. The story goes that he was intoxicated in the bar and was singing karaoke, but took issue with the staff telling him that he couldn't sing another song, to the point that he pulled out his weapon of choice, a machete. An employee was able to coax him into handing over the weapon, which was then quickly hidden while police were called, and the man was arrested. He did mention that he had gotten a threat earlier that day and felt the need to protect himself, which is why he had the machete in the first place.
Protect yourself from what?
From whoever was threatening him. I don't remember. But if you're... Not that it's unheard of, but wasted in a bar at 2 in the afternoon? Buddy...
I mean, I've been there before, but I'm typically not armed with a machete.
Right.
So I'm just annoying.
I got a machete.
Okay.
Do you take it to the bar with you?
I haven't, but, it's a new neighborhood. Maybe I'll set a tone.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, Ted, a.k.a., Claw Daddy, a.k.a. Machete Guy.
That's it for your headlines with that. Go Kraken. Mike Hawk is out.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow. It'll be finally Friday. We'll have Bad Choice Friday for you and the return of Ted versus the FCC.
Yes, indeed. It's all true. But in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch for 180 seconds or so. So until then, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
This room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.